T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're up.
Well, there's been an act of discrimination here on the Jay Thomas Show that must be immediately dealt with. Heard from the higher-ups that too many vaginas in the room. Too many vaginas. And we needed to add. We needed to tip the scales onto the testosterone side. And so we've heard the rumor of this person coming to join us here at the show. Steve has joined us. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jay. Thanks for having me.
And what are your qualifications? And
I kick all around ass. I think that should
really.
Yeah.
Well, if I were you, I'd back down on that one right now. Okay.
All right.
You know what, Christina? I don't need. No. I need you just to be honest. I don't need.
He is being honest.
Need to brag.
He's very good at his job. He's been here a long time.
Hold on a second. Didn't you kiss Garrett's ass long enough? Can I just talk to Steve without?
If you call that kissing ass.
Oh, it was.
No.
So you're a friend of Christina's. You've known her before?
Yes.
Okay. And what shows did you work on before?
Most recently, coming off the Frank DeCaro show on LQ and News and Notes on Entertainment Weekly Radio.
Frank DeCaro, I'll be calling him. Frank DeCaro.
Go for it.
And then what's that?
Entertainment Weekly?
Yeah, what's the name? What's that show?
The name of the show was News and Notes.
News and Notes. And who was the host? Who was the host of that show?
Julia Cunningham and Mario Correa.
All right. I'll be calling them. So why did they let you go?
I was requested to come over here to your show.
Wow.
Ooh.
How did that make you feel? I mean, it's like being a priest and you've been in one district for a long time and then they ship you to India. Well, you got to go. You got to move. So could you say no?
I guess technically I could say no, but I didn't.
Were you unhappy over there or were you unhappy about leaving?
I think it was a bittersweet leaving.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've been with Frank. I've actually interned with Frank, so I've been a part of the Frank DeCaro show for years over there. And I was definitely sad to leave that. But at the same time, this is a great show and great opportunity for me, and I'm looking forward to see what we can do here.
Well, I told you this off the air at our first staff meeting. This show won't advance your career, nor will it hurt your career.
So, like everything else here.
You'll stay right in the middle. That's right. I think that's the hallmark of this place. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they're never threatened by anybody leaving, or there's nobody calling up and hiring people. They're the luckiest owners I've ever in my life seen. Normally, I would have gotten 50 job offers, over these 10 years. I think I've had like 1.5. One was to do a Peter Dinklage radio show. That was the half. That's the kind of jokes I do. Yeah. Everybody that works there eventually thinks it's interesting. But anyway, so great. Well, it's great to have you. And what's your last name?
Gonzalez.
Wow. So you're Hispanic, and she is
Cuban.
You're Cuban.
If you tell my father I'm Hispanic, he will cut you.
Why is that? Why? It's funny about, and I'm going to say this the way I like to say it, you Cubans. Funny thing about you Cubans. I heard a speech the other day that they were playing of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He used to give these, what they called fireside chats, where he would talk on the radio, and everyone in the whole country would get around their fireplaces, or the poor or whatever would find one radio somewhere. Or in the South, they would probably be, burning some minority, and people would get around this flame that they'd put together, and they'd listen to Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And when he would talk sometimes, he would actually say to his constituents, I want you to know, you people. He would say, you people. Now, that's an insult. Now, you say that. That's what I mean. That's what they say. Yeah, what do you mean? I've said that to, you can say it to poor people, gay people, black people, lesbians, wasps. Like if you're at a country club and you look like me and a waspy guy comes by and goes, you people. And the guy will go, what do you mean by you people? So it's an insult that I've never quite understood. But it just means that you're not the same as the person that's speaking. So you Cubans, you're so lucky. And I didn't know this until I'd gone to a store in downtown Manhattan. And I was talking to a guy, and we were, I like to find out about everyone. And he said that he was from Cuba. And this was, 4 or 5 years ago. And I said, man, did you guys have was it hard for you to, become citizens? He goes, no. Well, you just have to get on dry land. And if you're from Cuba, you're immediately granted asylum. Is that true?
That's correct.
Wow. Yeah. They may change all that. They're talking about that. Now, your grandfather or your dad or somebody came over and...
Both my parents born in Cuba.
Wow.
And then they ended up coming here with their family, so I'm first generation.
Wow. Now, if you go back, like my son's going back with his university, and he said it was the skinniest chickens he'd ever seen. They were just sad. True. And they ate with families and stuff, And he said they're just very skinny chickens and the kind of corn, and, they didn't eat in fancy restaurants at hotels and stuff. And he said it was really a communist, right? Yeah. And now here's the deal. Can you go back, or do they arrest you immediately?
I think I can go back, but I have to go backwater way. I had a friend who's Cuban, and she went in through Mexico and, greased some wheels so they didn't have stamps. This was a couple years ago. I think a cousin of mine who actually lives in Argentina now went and tried to get my father to go, but he was, I think my father was over emotional and also a little scared to go back. We've always joked around like they might try to keep us, but I'm pretty American. I don't think they actually want me there.
You would cause trouble. You would tell them about the
everywhere
big,
I go, Joe.
plump-breasted chickens that are waiting for you in the United States.
Well, that's
big,
like
giant.
Me going to Afghanistan. They don't want me.
Wait a second. Hold it. Wait 1 fucking second. I thought you were gone, and now I'm hearing the ISIS representative in the United States right in our midst again. I can't believe. What kind of show is this now?
The what's it called?
International. It's multinational.
What is it called?
I've never felt so American in my life as I do today.
The United Nations.
It is. It's unbelievable.
No, Thursday.
Good
Thursday,
God.
Officially.
You know what I'm going to do when the show's over? I'm going to adopt a Somali boy.
Good.
Right after the show is
I'm
over.
going to send 10 cents a day.
Well, I get sent pictures all the time.
Wait, Jay, you could
I keep sending the pictures back and going, why don't any of the little adoptees have clothes on? That's the one thing that I never have understood about the pictures that I keep getting on my company computer. So you're still there, which is fine with me, Medina. What are you doing there? Steve's there. Christina's there. There's going to be like what, arm wrestling for who runs the thing, or how's it going to work?
Jello wrestling.
Jeez, Jello wrestling. Yeah. So Medina, how did your family get here? They were, asylum and all that.
Well, no, my mom and dad came here in the early 70s when everything was wonderful, and I was born and raised, and this is pre any war. So yeah, they came here and they became citizens, and my parents went to college, and
right.
My grandfather was actually already here prior to, because they won scholarships from Afghanistan to study in the United States.
What did your grandfather do for a living? Did he have some sort of a fruit stand?
No, my grandfather's a civil engineer, and my other uncles are agricultural engineers. Yeah, they're.
Well, you know what's sad,
My father's an engineer.
And you know this, Steve. People will be a doctor or something in Cuba. I lived in Argentina for a while too, and people will come over here, and then I'll have somebody working in my home, doing some, manual labor. And I had a woman in Connecticut say to me, I was an accountant in Guatemala. I said, you were an accountant? And her husband, she told me, was a doctor. And I said, well, what's your husband do now? She said, he paints houses, house painter. So I said to her, do you think that the house cleaners here and house painters here could go to Guatemala and they would immediately be accepted as doctors and accountants? That's what I said to her. She didn't quite get how that worked. I don't either. Can you be a civil engineer in Afghanistan and come over here and you're one also here? Is that right? I didn't think.
No, my grandfather studied at the University of Arizona, and that's how he became an engineer. But he, went from Afghanistan and came here to study because, like, they won scholarships from there. At the time, it was very different.
He got a scholarship?
Well, yeah. Listen, you have to remember, this was before the Russians invaded. Afghanistan was a beautiful country, very prosperous. Women wore skirts. There was no burqas. Like, they listened to records and went to discos. And then
the Russians came in.
And then the Russians came. And then after that, it was 20 years of, war amongst the...
What did they want with you people, the Russians? See that you people thing? Steve came right back. What did they want? What did the Russians want with you? Because it really, when we backed Osama bin Laden and we backed Al-Qaeda, and you know that Dick Cheney, when he was a senator from Wyoming, he opened an Afghan Taliban study wing at the University of Wyoming and gave a lot of money to not just Afghans, but Taliban and a study thing at the University of Wyoming. I don't know if it's still there or not. Probably not a degree people are trying to get. But what was the problem? Why'd they go over there and fool with you guys?
I honestly have no idea. I think they just wanted to overthrow the government and just take over the land because they thought they could. And just, I really don't know, honestly.
Well, nobody knows.
Because they're communists.
And so back to you, Steve. You're like, you've come over, and
I've always been here.
Oh, you've never left. And
your
family came over.
In the United States, yes.
Right. And your family hates Castro.
Correct.
Wow. Do they like the fact that we're going to have this new open door policy with them and allow rum and really old cars or something, whatever the fuck they've got over there to give us? It doesn't seem like it's much. Are they upset about that?
I don't know if I think skeptical is a better term. They're still trying to figure out exactly, because we're there. I don't even think, either country really knows exactly what's going to happen here. So it's more like a wait and see, and I'm sure they're going to screw it up one way or another. So we'll wait to see what they do.
Well, I know what the United States will do. We're going to ruin it with condominiums, and we're going to build all kind of horrible shit over there, and it's going to be bad. Now, not that you want to keep it the way it is now.
I think you want to keep it to a certain extent. I think you want to keep the beauty and the culture of that island. And I think part of that culture is 1950s cars and the architecture that's down there. And to go in there and
never happen
and start knocking down rainforests and beaches to build all these condominiums, I think would ruin that country. And ultimately, I also think it's up to the Cuban government to get off their asses and feed their people and take care of them, just as many other countries have the same situation.
Right. Right. It is amazing, though, that a lot of people in the United States do not realize that if a Cuban gets to dry land on the U.S., they are immediately given asylum, or they can fly from Mexico. But a lot of them that were coming over in the makeshift boat, as soon as there's some pilings out there or something on the dry Tortugas, and they're within the United States, boundaries. And if you get to those pilings, that's it.
Yeah, they want to get their feet on American soil. They don't want to end up in Puerto Rico or Mexico. If you land on American soil, they actually want to get their feet on the land.
Now, if I went back to Cuba, let's say I go to Cuba, and I take a bunch of money with me, could I be like the king over there? Would I get a beautiful home?
Less than a bunch of money, I think, and be a king over there.
Yeah, why don't we do that? That's I would go over there and have women and rum and
people from all over the world do that. That's a huge. Oh, they do. It's a huge tourist location for Europeans and Russians. Obviously, a lot go there because there's that tie. But a lot of
they have the missiles. They got to visit the missiles. They have the missiles. Well, I don't know where the missiles went. Yeah, the missiles are still there. Well, Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jay.
Welcome to the show. What a. Let's go to Tony. Who's that? Tony all the way down. You're an idiot. Yes, Tony, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Jay?
Yeah, I'm good, Tony. How are you?
Is this the new, welcome to the Team Steve show, huh?
Yeah, welcome to the Steve show. Yeah, we're welcoming Steve. You got a little cough.
Needs a lozenge.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony. Where are you from? You sound like you're from Italy or something, somewhere.
No, I come over from Cuba.
You came from Cuba also.
Yeah. I swam from Cuba. Right. I got in. I got on one of those big fucking pilings, right?
You made it to a piling?
I made it to a piling, and then I took a bigger shit on it. Okay. And then I said, "This is my piling."
Right.
And You know, that's how I came to America.
Well, wonderful. Well, you and Steve probably, yeah?
Yeah, no. Go ask me a question.
You and Steve probably have a lot to talk about because it sounds like you might have been partially Italian or something at one time.
What are you talking about, huh?
I don't know. You sound Italian.
I come from Cuba.
I know you do.
Cuba. Yeah, I like a rum.
Yeah.
I like a sugar. I like old cars.
Oh, really? Okay.
56 Bel Air.
Do you like skinny chickens? Do you like a skinny chicken every now and again?
Oh, God, I love a skinny chicken.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tony, thank you very much. I know it does. Tony from Cuba, thank you very much. Steve Gonzalez is with us. And Steve, you know how to run all the...
I'm a first-time caller. By the way, I'm a first-time caller.
Good. So,
hey,
Steve...
are you telling me to get a loss?
No, I don't do get a lost. I go get rid of them.
You go, hey, get a lost, huh? Don't you?
Well, I could do that. That would be one of the things. I could add that to my repertoire.
Take a powder. Don't you say take a powder?
Yeah, I could do take a powder. I could do all those. You got all the sayings then, I'll tell you that. Apparently your television is old too because... What's that?
Take a bigger dump? You say take a bigger dump?
I have said take a bigger dump. I have said that, but never on a piling.
I love that. One time somebody told me to take a bigger dump, right? You know what I did?
What?
I took a bigger dump. It was so big, I took a picture, and I put it on the internet.
Yeah, there's a thing called Rate My Poo. Did you go and Rate My Poo?
I won $10,000.
Wow. You had that big of a dump.
That big of a dump. Bloody.
Well, I've told you the story in college how buddies of mine, some guy took up one that just circled around the toilet unbroken, and they charged $1 to see it. You'd come into the dorm, and they had the toilet roped off, and it stayed in there for weeks. They made hundreds of. You know who did that? A friend of mine named Franco Pace. You know Franco Pace? He went to Valhalla High.
Franco. He's taking the biggest of dumps.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, Tony, we got to get on with the show. Thank you very much. Tony,
I'm not Tony. It's Kevin Meaney.
Oh, gosh, he's tricked me again.
I'm not Tony. I'm fooling you with my repertoire of voices.
This reminds me of when my kids were little, and I would say, hey, it's me, a Poppy. It's me, a Poppy. And the kids would go, no, you're my daddy. You're my daddy. No, I'm not your daddy. I'm your Poppy. I'm your Poppy. Give me a big kiss. I'm your Poppy. And no, stop it. You're my daddy. Stop saying you're my Poppy. No, I'm your Poppy. I'm your daddy. I'm your Poppy. Yeah, that would scare the kids.
You still do that to the kids?
I did 2 days ago.
To his wife.
Yeah, I do that to my wife hates all the fucking voices. She hates all that shit. You know,
Jay,
she'll come in the room and I go,
I've become just like you. I am renting my house up in Forestburg, right?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You're renting in New Orleans. I
am, and I just started renting my house in California. Will start being rented on Thursday.
I love it.
But Kevin's doing the AirBNB.
I'm doing the Airbnb.
That thing that's
the people on AirBNB, as far as I'm concerned, in my estimation, I don't know this to be true, and it's just a concern of mine. They just seem like they might have bed bugs.
You know, that Jay, and orgies, you don't even like Twitter. All over your furniture.
What's that? Use vacation rentals by owner or make your own site or whatever. There's something about that Airbnb thing where they're just renting like a room or a bed or something. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But that's my opinion. I have no proof. I don't even have. Yeah. How much are you renting? How much is your pay? What does your place cost? How much?
Well, this weekend I'm going to make like $800. You know.
Wow. And you need the money, don't you? You really do need the money because your career is just...
I'm renting it? God, you think I'd be in there for $25?
You know what?
Kevin, you should go in with a black light before and after, and I'd like to know what your findings are.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of semen on your couch.
I took a black light because we're starting a rental too, and I was walking around the room. I couldn't find anything. I put the black light in my pants, and I masturbated on it just to see what, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
My shorts lit up. Hey, now here's the deal. My wife turned to me and she said, you know, this is really nerve-wracking and all this, and we do it in New Orleans too and everything else. And I said, look, I think it's great to be. She says, well, if you had done better or we were more successful, we wouldn't be doing this. And I said, yeah, we would. Yeah. And that's the truth. Why should something lay fallow when you can make a little money? That doesn't bother me. One of my own sons said to me once in the middle of a big fight during a rainstorm in Portland, Oregon, where then he ran out into the rainy night when he was like 15 years old. He says to me, "You're nothing but a washed-up has-been," and then ran out into the night.
Why didn't you kill him with one of your guns?
I didn't have a gun with me. You know what I did? As soon as he left the room.
You know what she said to me once? She goes,
"What?
You want to be middle class."
Wow.
And I was like, what's wrong with that? You
see, the weird thing is that you probably got upset by that.
No, I didn't get upset by that.
Yes, you did. I think you're a fucking hysteric. Okay, can I be honest? I think you're a fucking hysteric. I think you get in all kinds of trouble, and I bet you went nuts on your wife when she said that to you. I mean it. I'm not joking at all.
Did.
By the way, Steve, this is my not joking voice. You're a hysteric. You've elbowed people in the head. You get in all kinds of trouble. Wherever.
Here you go.
You hit a Muslim woman right in her breast. Yeah.
This is where your bipolar personality comes in. Let me tell you.
I'm not bipolar.
Let me tell you who you are, pal.
Let me tell. That's true. Let's go to John in Kentucky. Yes, John, it's Jay Thomas.
Oh, God.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Well, we're good. I got to tell you, every voice in America is calling the Jay Thomas Show today. Go ahead.
Man, hey, Jay, I'm renting Kevin Meaney's house up there in Forestburg.
You're the one that went on not VRBO. You went on AirBNB, whatever it is. AirBNB. Yeah. Which one of those B's means bed bugs?
The first
bed
one.
Bugs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
by the way, I want to say this again. Just kidding.
Hey,
you see, Steve, I got to keep saying that. Just kidding. Why is that, Steve? I've had trouble.
Just because you have those Hollywood types staying there.
I've had some real fucking trouble. I had some trouble with Pat O'Brien just on Friday. What's that again? I'm sorry, John. I was talking. Go ahead. What is it?
Hey, Kevin, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Johnny.
You don't mind pig shit on the floor, do you?
You're bringing a pig with you? You actually have a pig with you?
I'll bring my pig everywhere, and I got one more question for Kevin.
Animals are welcome, you know, and bring a sheep.
Is it a service pig, one of those ones that you have to travel with because keeps you calm?
It's a service pig, right?
Okay.
Hey, Kevin, where do you keep the butt plugs?
I only have one butt plug, and it's the Putin butt plug.
All right, I'll bring my own.
Hey, all kidding aside, do you worry about, because my places are, we don't live in them, but do you worry about people going through I know you've moved everything and made it for the person. You worry about them going through your drawers and trying to find stuff?
I have a little room, you know, that's all my personal things are in that room. Now, if they break into that room, you know, then they're going to find, you know, all of the handcuffs and the leather and all of that stuff.
But you left nothing in a drawer. Wow, you must have worked your ass off to clean the place up.
Yes.
Where do you keep the vodka bottle? Behind the washing machine, you know what I'm saying?
John, I think you're out of material. I really am.
On every toilet.
All right. See you later, John. Thank you very much.
Grandfather used to leave his the liquor bottles in the back of the toilet. That's what they keep them cool, and the kids wouldn't find them. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's where they would leave them.
I hope you don't leave the thing that we have a guest coming up to talk about. Christina, what does he call? Don't give away what it is. It's the hottest new sex toy of 2015.
Oh my God! Is it the? I don't want to say. Is it the teddy bear?
The teddy bear?
No, the bondage teddy bear. No, it's not that.
Oh.
Christina, what's the name of it?
You want me to say the name of it?
Yeah, just say the name. That's all.
Vajankle.
The Vajankle. Okay. Coming up later on, and he's a
Vajankle?
If I met this guy all by myself in an alley, this guy would scare the shit out of me. If I was doing a movie about a serial killer, I would hire him and somebody from AirBNB to star in it.
The picture.
Well, have you noticed that the first person that's renting the house.
Yeah.
They're renting the house on Friday the 13th. There's no phone. There's no cable. Mm-hmm. There's like no cell service up there.
By the way, you want to go that you should go there with a hockey mask on in the middle of the night and fuck with them. I mean, just look through the window with the knife and everything. Oh, I would fly there if you said we were going to do it. I would fly to New York tomorrow and be there with you to do it.
Okay, they're coming up in a van, right? They're coming up in a van, and they're not going to get there until like 12 o'clock at night. And I go, I'm not going to be there. You're going to have to go in with the code. I said, I'll leave some lights on.
You gave them the code to your home?
Yes. Well, because all through Airbnb.
They're going to rape you in a couple.
Can I be honest? I mean this.
They're going to come back up there, find you, and rape you.
I want to be honest.
Oh,
there is something about There is something about Airbnb because we've had people on that have had orgies and all that. It's a different group than the other weekend kind of luxury websites that I like to go to.
That's so not true. People want to come up and they want to spend some time in the country. Now, if they have sex in the room, that's fine. You were always thinking it's going to be something extraordinary. You know, people are going to be in gravity boots and there's going to be whips.
I'm only frightened of a couple of things. One of them is bed bugs and ticks. I'm scared to death of both of them.
Well, there's plenty of ticks up there, okay?
I know. And spiders. Today I had to pick some wood up from the fireplace. I was covered with a hazmat suit. My brother was bitten by one of these brown recluse spiders, almost lost his arm. They had to dig a big hole all the way down to the bone and air it out and give him all this stuff.
I've seen Jeff Perini, the fat rat bastard. You know, he's a comedian, and he was in jail he was in the hospital for 6 months. Because he got the spider bite. He just got out. He's the funniest guy. Right. I'm the fat rat bastard. He's great.
Okay, you know what? Let's book him.
The Jay Thomas Show.
They have spent untold amounts of money to bring the top-notch entertainment to Sirius XM.
Jay Thomas.
Afternoon. Sirius XM Media.
Let's go to JC in Texas on the Jay Thomas Show at 866-99-INDY. Don't forget the voice box where you can leave a message in the middle of the night or during the day if we're not on the air at 347-6-SIRIUS. Get to me at jthomasshow@gmail. I love to read them. I don't care how awful they are or whatever. Every now and again, if I'm in a good mood, I will actually send you a personal note back in my cryptic way. So that's what's going on. JC of Texas, it's Jay Thomas. How are you?
Hey, doing well, Jay. Hi, Kevin. So, Jay, I'm originally from New Orleans like you, and I used to think that the Airbnb and the VRBO and all that was a little shady, but I got to tell you, and you'll know this area, my dad has a bed and breakfast in the Meaney off of Frenchman Street in New Orleans there.
Really?
And he's had really good success with renting it out, especially with Mardi Gras now and then Jazz Fest coming up. I mean, that thing stays full. And
is this like an ad or something? How long is this going to go on about your dad?
No. I'm not
renting
it. Names or anything.
I don't care if you mention it or not. It's just a boring fucking phone call. Could you juice it up a little bit? Was somebody murdered or something? Was somebody murdered?
There is. Yeah, I've heard there's some drug users that have stayed there and whatever, but it's New Orleans. So
I hope there is. I want some drugs to be still done there. Come up here to my house, make pot brownies, go on a Molly binge, and black out. Black out up here at O'Meany's.
You want people to come to your home, drink so much that they black out.
He's calling it O'Meany's.
It's a safe place. It's a safe place to black out
at O'Meany's.
Mm-hmm.
Black out at O'Meany's.
All right, hold on a second. All right, you know what? Would you rattle? What is it, JC? Go ahead.
And this is something I've actually been wanting to call in. I think it's a good subject.
You know what? Just ask the fucking question. I don't need all the fucking setup and everything else. Okay? What is it? What do you want? Hold on a second. I want everyone to be quiet. I would like to hear something from this phone call that allows me to even use some portion of my brain because your daddy owns a thing and where this section. Everybody be quiet. What do you want, JC?
You mentioned this has been over a year ago that you have a house in New Orleans that you rent out, and you said you used a number that really, you said you rented out for $7,000 a month. And I
that's just one. That's one apartment.
How in the world? I mean, for
one side is $7. One side is $7,000, and the other side is $6,000. We do about now one side's $8,000, the other side's $7,000. So it's 15,000. Yeah, I'm doing 12 to 15,000 a month. Yeah. I'll tell you. You want to know why I get that kind of money?
Yes,
because you're a celebrity.
No, because my fucking house is unbelievable. That's why. And when you walk in, you've been taken back into another time. It was built in 1872. It's perfect. My home here in Santa Barbara rents for $9,500 a month.
Wait, Jay, what? I want this on record. Can we make a road trip and come down and hang out your house?
Yes.
If I'm there, you certainly can. I'm not there so often because we rent it a lot. But I may be back like in May for a week or 10 days to work on it. But that's sure, absolutely.
Okay, even if you're not there, would you charge me $7,000?
No. If it would be available for a few days in between renters, I'd have you come. You could stay and clean, and then when they got there,
like I bet if you brought like a couple.
So
of
JC, no one has ever even balked at the price of any of these places because it's for people with a bunch of fucking money, more money than I've got.
Right. I mean, I could see it in L.A. or New York, but it really blows me away when you mention that.
Yeah, and the woman that manages my house has done an incredible job. So it's a lot of money, sure. And it cost me a lot of money. And by the way, can I be honest? I don't make any money. I don't make any money on the rental.
How could you not make any money bringing in $9,000 a month?
Because I have a mortgage and I keep it up to a point of just, it's a 5-star thing. 24-hour security. 24-hour maintenance. Anything you want is available to you, and I provide a concierge service and everything. So that's it. Okay.
What if I want
What? Okay, hold on, Kevin. Quit talking. What is it, Jason?
No. I think a few months ago you mentioned that the guy from Breaking Bad is Cranston was staying there. Is that?
No, he wasn't staying there. He put his production team in the house. Did not know it was my home. Didn't know. And you ever watch Game of Thrones?
I don't, but I've heard of it.
Well, the woman that's the star of it was in the house across the street, and then Sandra Bullock is about 3 or 4 blocks away. I see her walking her dog every now and again, and it's a cool. But when you drove my house, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't. It's kind of It's large, but it's kind of nondescript. So that's it. All right, it's enough about all that. All right, thanks a lot. It's for rich people richer than me. I would never ever rent an apartment for that kind of money. I don't, I go on, Hotel Tonight, see what I can get for like $60.
Yeah. You rent by the hour, don't you?
No, there's a thing called Hotel Tonight, and you go on it. I keep my suitcase in my car. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
And I'll see a room that's usually $200 or whatever, and it's like $89 for the night, and I go stay there.
Like prostitutes rent their hotel for, by the hour, and if you only need 4 hours of sleep a night, just get a
I pack my shit up, and I go back down, and I say, could I have the room for another night at the same price? And sometimes they'll say yes or whatever. If not, I go out to the car with my suitcase.
Right.
And I go back on Hotel Tonight. I'm not joking. And I will see that hotel for $75, the same one I stayed in. I will re-rent it, and I'll walk back into the lobby, and the guy at the desk is always shocked by that.
You know what show you should do?
Yeah. What?
It's called Cheapskates. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And it's like
not cheap. You know what it is? The people that rent my places have unlimited fucking funds.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have unlimited funds.
You were known to being cheap. You're like Jack Benny.
No, I'm fucking frugal.
Listen, you take sandwiches from the fucking hallway in a hotel room.
So what? They're not eaten. Yeah, they haven't been touched.
Right. You order the child's meal, and then you.
That's right. Then I pretend the kids are in the bathtub.
I'll be in there in a minute.
Wait a minute. I turn the water on and I go like this. The guy knocks on the door, and I've gotten mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And I've gotten like a single pizza or something for myself for like $6.
You got the toy.
And the guy knocks on the door, and I go like this. Okay, the food is here. Hurry up with your bath. Hold on. Oh God, how are you, man? Thanks. God, thank you. Come on in. The kids are in the tub.
Jay on his knees with the shoes walking into McDonald's asking
No, I don't do that. Let's go to Chris, who's in Florida. Yes, Chris, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, guys. Hey, Kevin, you're a new renter. Have you rented anything before?
No, I never have. This is my first experience as being an innkeeper.
Okay, my first innkeeper experience is kind of funny. I got a couple houses, and I rented when I got married, we left my wife's house to rent, and we left all the appliances, and then had a younger couple rent it. Really nice people every month, cash on the barrel. Every month is cash. Never had a check. 1 year later, Kevin, never seen the lady at all, but he said, I'll keep renting. So I said, okay. And then next year later, he left. He said, I'm leaving. I'm like, dude, I know, it's no. But the place was spotless. I didn't have to do nothing. So the day I went to clean, Kevin, I went down in the basement. Everything was spotless, but I went through the crawl space just to clean the vents, and there was concrete all in the crawl space. I'm like, holy shit.
Concrete?
Concrete. But we couldn't find anything in the concrete, so make sure you check your washer and dryers and pick them up, make sure there's nothing underneath.
Wait, do you think he buried a dead body or something down there?
Well, my wife's freaking out because the lady, has been missing, gone. She just, please, we couldn't find it. So I went to take the carpeting up just because I was putting new carpeting and moved the thing, and there was a big hole down there. But it was actually a freaking safe. It was 3 by 4. And he left notes the same. Yeah, that's what we thought too. Oh my God, we're going to find her underneath the concrete floor, but it wasn't her. But just anyway, just check everywhere.
Check everywhere. Right. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
Oh, that was one of the greatest stories of all time.
Oh, this is the worst. This guy, Steve, hasn't been here 45 minutes, and this fucking show sucks now because of him. I don't know what you did. You changed the whole thing. We got Medina hanging around. We're trying to get rid of her. We're hoping maybe, somebody calls up and offers her a job at a pita stand or something, and she moves on. But apparently she's just going to hang there, too. And, let's go to Sean, who's in Massachusetts. Yes, Sean, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
3 people that listen to this show.
Yeah.
Jay now.
All right, get rid of him. Get rid of him. He's gone. I hate that. I hate that whole fucking thing. All right. It's the worst fucking show I've ever done. It sucks. I'm not kidding you. Y'all are laughing, and I'm not joking. And I had a big meeting with all the vice presidents, how much they like the show and everything else today.
Oh my God,
I do this fucking. Then I do this piece of shit. Then this is the piece of shit that they're listening to now.
Yeah, you got to listen to this. Listen to this. Just calm down. Now, my mother listens to AM radio, right? And now on AM radio, the show that you were, I don't know, maybe you were up for something like a WOR.
I was not up for any show on any other station anywhere in America.
Right. Anyway, the new show on WOR is the worst, she says, and she's so upset. Yeah, so upset about that.
It is.
Fired that woman.
It's where I started, and a friend of mine, Lynn Berman.
Did you start at WOR?
WRFM, and I used to fill in for John Gambling years ago, who was a famous family. Rambling with Gambling, but I started WRFM right out of college, and then they changed it to 99X. It was really one of the first FM stations and stuff. And they've got a guy from Tampa that they brought up to New York, and awful. And my friend Lynn Berman, who was a famous sports announcer,
Lynn Berman
has not said a bad thing about him. But I hear it's absolutely awful.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's too bad. It was one of the great radio stations. It really.
My mother is writing a letter to them because she's so upset about what they were saying the other morning. I said, write a letter.
Yeah, it's probably right-wing stuff. Jay Thomas, yes.
He's the afternoon guy.
Very perked, not like the rest of us.
The Jay Thomas Show.
On Indy. Sirius XM.
Indy. The hottest new synthetic sex toy, the Vajankle, and its very unusual looking inventor will be here in about 20 minutes. Let's go to Buddy, Bradley of Florida. Yes, Bradley. Jay Thomas, go ahead.
Hey, Jay, good afternoon. Listen, I
heard
you talk about this Hotel Tonight deal a couple weeks ago. I went on there. I couldn't get a good deal, and I just thought, okay, well, let me check again.
Really?
I'm doing something wrong. And I stayed at a hotel that I got off of Priceline with $160. I went on Hotel Tonight. They wanted $240.
I don't know what you're going on.
Yeah,
Hotel Tonight. Hotel Tonight wants to rent a room. It's the day you're going to go there. It's not tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
It's got to be that day. I use it all the time.
In front of the hotel.
Not really, but I do that. I literally will sit on a corner, and it only gives you 3 or 4 hotels. Yeah, I will tell you, I don't give you the name of the hotels because screw them. They charge me, so screw them. But there's one that's really nice in New Orleans, right between my home and the French Quarter, and it'll be like $175 or $150 a night, and I get it for $79, and I do it all the time. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what you're. Well, hold it a second. What city are you in? Are you in like what, Miami Beach or something? What are you in?
Close, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I was going up to Jupiter.
Right.
Which is just about an hour north of here.
I bet you could stay at Burt Reynolds' home. He's bankrupt now. He's probably renting that out. Totally bankrupt. How do you go bankrupt?
That's a new Airbnb. His and I were on the same celebrity Airbnb.
You know what? On the break, I'm going to go, what you say, Fort Lauderdale? On the break, I'm going to go on my phone and just hit the app. And I'm not, these assholes ought to buy a spot, too. We've mentioned their name about 55
I'm in my car driving, so I'll be listening for at least the next half an hour. So.
All right, great. Thanks a lot. We'll try and program the show just for you.
All right.
Speaking of we had the I've flown with everything. I've flown with pigs, the service pig. A service iguana. I'm not joking. I've flown with all of them. Service dogs, service cats, everything. I find those people, one, to be liars, and they don't need it. I'd love to fly with my cats. I enjoy them. They would relax me and everything else. But if you're that insane, then you don't need to travel. There's no need for you to travel. In fact, there are many people that need things that I think ought to be just incarcerated as soon as they get to the airport. You don't need to have some kind of special thing. If you're hugely overweight, they should force you to buy 2 seats. That I think is, absolute demand. This next report is true, and it is unbelievable. Do we have the report of the service kangaroo? Christina,
I have a service gerbil.
All right, you know what?
Headline,
well,
kangaroo kicked out. It's a bizarre story out of Beaver Dam. A couple asked to leave a McDonald's restaurant for bringing their pet kangaroo inside. The owners are speaking out to 12 News' Ben Hutchison. They say they didn't do anything wrong.
Come on. Larry Moyer tries to get the attention of Charlie, one of 5 kangaroos he and his wife Diana own and keep just outside Beaver Dam. He says they often take the youngest one, Jimmy, pictured here, out into public.
He's just a little guy, but he's still, they can actually touch him and pet him.
Last Friday, a customer at this McDonald's complained when the Moyers brought Jimmy inside and called police.
Of course, it does cause a lot of attention because you don't see a kangaroo every day, especially out of a cage, The
Moyers say they were leaving as an officer arrived. The Beaver Dam Police Department has had calls in the past about the couple and their exotic pets. But the animals were moved out of the city, so they weren't seen as a problem.
Well, it's an unusual call, certainly handled in an appropriate manner going in and ultimately getting what we'd like to get, which is voluntary compliance with the ordinance. There was not a need for arrest or other citations to be issued.
The couple says they've had the kangaroos here for about 5 years and that they don't pose a threat to anyone. Moyer admits Jimmy isn't a service animal for his wife, but a therapy pet instead as she battles cancer.
It's just kind of a friend for her, basically, what it is, companion. And we have him in a little car seat in the stroller.
They're not protected by disability laws, which in Wisconsin say you can have a dog or a miniature horse that is, quote, individually trained or is being trained to do work or perform tasks for the benefit of a person with a disability. And with the no pets sign on the door, Moyer says they need to be more careful where they go.
That's what they do to keep you out of trouble.
In Beaver Dam, Ben Hutchison, WISN 12 News.
Wow. So a pet, a therapy, whatever it is, service kangaroo.
Yes.
Best one ever.
Fine. That's fine.
That's okay with you?
That is fine. Listen, you people have to lighten up, all right?
Yeah.
That's exciting, and you never approach a service animal. They are there to serve their master. You know,
they're pets that idiots want to take with them on a trip. That's it. It's not a service animal. And if you're that nervous, what do you do? Well, they take them to McDonald's. You think I want to be getting my Big Mac and maybe a kangaroo hair gets in it? No telling what they... And a kangaroo is weird. Lightening up? Yeah. I'm not lightening up.
I don't want a kangaroo hair on my bird.
Let me tell you what I would do. If I went into a fast food restaurant and there was a kangaroo service, I would order a kangaroo burger because they do sell their meat in Australia and New Zealand. Mm-hmm. And I would order it really loud, and I would make sure that those people heard it because I would turn to them and say, that's where that thing belongs, okay?
This is like the lady at the gym all over again.
The lady at the gym?
Front people is so funny.
Oh, the lady at the gym?
You know,
oh, yeah.
It's just, I like, you just make it just so that they know that you're talking about them, but not quite. Yeah.
Well, I don't do it to gang members. There were some gang members that were making the disturbance, and I didn't fool with them, as I told you.
Right, of course.
In fact, I didn't want to be killed. I didn't want to be killed.
It's only women and people that
yes. Well, the hardest part was when I had to describe her. I went down. Here's what's weird about living in this world. You're not supposed to describe people by their ethnicity. And she was an Asian woman. So the guy said, well, what does she look like? I said, well, she's well built. She's got camo pants on. And I said,
you're like, she has camel toe.
She's Asian. I said that. She's Asian.
She's Asian.
Now what I do when I complain.
You should always say swarthy.
No. I say white now. I make sure that I've been doing this on purpose. From when I complain, I go, listen, this white person.
You should say Caucasian.
This Caucasian had their cell phone. They were talking really loudly on the cell phone. I've been actually making up complaints so that the next time I run into some ethnic problem, I can use their ethnicity. You know, I mean, how about me? You could say short guy with a big nose. You could do that. There's a short guy with a big nose.
This is what I would say to describe you. I'd say a very short, older man.
All right, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of Kevin Meaney. Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Swarthy.
No, get rid of him. Let's go to Belinda from Miami. Yes, Belinda, it's Jay Thomas. You only have about 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Cuban. I want to say something to Steven in Spanish. Is that
Go ahead. Sure.
Okay, Steven, no le coja miedo que él habla mucho de lo que pica pollo.
Yo sé.
Okay.
Gracias.
Can I say something to both of you? De donde albóndigas?
What? Meatballs.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Me panga en la cula. Huh? What do you think of that one?
The Jay Thomas Show. He's the afternoon guy.
I'm a minor genius.
What is this, huh?
Sirius XM.
Ankle deep in love. Ankle deep in love.
That was a fast 2.5 minutes. Oh, man. Time's passing fast for me. I want you to play this song at my funeral, would you please? What is this?
Ankle deep.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. I forgot. Our guest will be out in a few moments.
We're trying to reach him. Yeah, he's not answering.
Great inventor. If not,
Maybe he heard what we said about him, that you'd be terrified.
No. If you're selling this thing,
you have to look. You have to have a mohawk. Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
Let's go to Bill, who is in Kentucky. Yes, Bill. It's Jay Thomas. Have you ever had kangaroo meat, Bill? Have you ever tasted it?
Yes, Jay, I have. They sell it at a restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky, called The Game. You can Google it and look at their menu. And it's pretty good. It's a real lean meat. And I actually ate there last night and had a nice bison steak with some bone marrow as an appetizer. Pretty crazy place.
There's a place in between that's up kind of where Robin Williams used to live in like Topanga Canyon. And they serve game and, elk and moose and all that. And one night I went in there, a fancy schmancy place, and nothing else was kind of open. And I went in there and they had a special on kangaroo. And so I was sitting outside by myself and the kangaroo comes and I hated it. I just thought it was awful. And so I ate a couple of bites. It wasn't bad. I just didn't like the taste or the texture. And I didn't want to say anything because it was late and they went out of their way. And I don't know why. I should have just ordered a steak. So I took it and I was sitting next to a planter and I put the kangaroo meat in the planter. And I'm sure they found it later, but I did not like it. It didn't taste good to me. I don't know. It just wasn't good. I don't know. Didn't taste like, I like it to be like beef. Bison I like. I like bison. Big bison.
What about alligator po' boys down in your part? I've had that down there.
Yeah, those alligators are raised in a farm. They're, I know they have the show on TV, and a friend of mine actually produces Swamp People, and I see them do all that stuff, but, I don't know why they even go in the wild, to be honest. There are people right near Mike Church's studio there in Abita Springs, and there's a guy that has like thousands of alligators in a big pit and, makes, shoes out of them and you eat the meat and everything else. Alligator's pretty good. It's a cross between fish and frog. It's pretty. My brother used to sell it at the jazz festival. Alligator po' boys, alligator meatballs, and all this kind of stuff. It's okay. Alligator. It's all right. They're so stupid. Alligators are so fucking stupid. They just sit there, let you kill them. Just looking at you. You just pull them up really slow, and you see their eyes, you shoot them right between the eyes. What idiots. Stupid. So, all right, Bill. Thank you very much. Let's go to Jeff, who's in D.C. Yes, Jeff. Jay Thomas, yes,
yep.
Hello.
I'm in D.C., and I want to talk about kangaroo meat. I had it in Tasmania, the city of Hobart.
Yeah.
That's the real stuff. And it was disgusting. It was the worst piece of meat I've ever had in my life. They served it up Alfredo as a steak.
Yeah.
And then after we were done with that, we went up to a bar and we drank squash frogs.
What?
We drank squash frogs. Bailey's,
what is this?
Missouri, a little egg yolk liqueur, and a grenadine on top of that. So basically it was puking up kangaroo and squash frogs for the next 2 hours.
That's wonderful. You know what? The mixing of liquors is the stupidest thing people can do. Yeah, well, I don't, and I don't know anything about a kangaroo. They're very nice. I know they box or whatever. They're very fast and they hop around. But I wouldn't want to eat one, and I don't find it I would feel badly killing. A kangaroo is kind of human looking to me. Christina, you would never eat kangaroo, would you?
Not in a million years, no.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when you're in Tasmania, you go into a restaurant and it's on the menu, you got to say, well, I'm in the Navy, not around the world. I got to give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would risk.
I even hear that the whores in Tasmania, they taste gamey. Somebody told me. Gamey flavor. Have you ever seen a Tasmanian devil? What is that? Like the cartoon character, but there is a real thing. Is it some sort of a toothed animal? Some sort of a...
Yeah, there is. I've never actually seen it, but I think it's something like what you would consider like a wolverine to be, only much smaller, but a little bit vicious. I've heard of them down there. They talked about them, but I never actually saw one. I spend most of my time in the casino and the bar.
Well, that's great. That's what our United States Navy had you doing. Is that it? Did you fight in any wars? Did you do anything to protect our nation? Did you do anything?
Well, let's see. My wife just got back from Afghanistan. She also was active duty.
So that's your wife. Your wife has done something for our nation. I mean, you sailing around the fucking world on our dime, having kangaroo meat and going to the casino and having a squashed frog or whatever. What did you do for our nation?
Well, I was Operation Desert Strike in 1996 and launched a few missiles, so I'd say that's part of the process.
You launched a missile. Did it hit anything?
Yeah, it hit a few. We were able to actually watch them on CNN as it was happening.
You launched it and then looked at CNN and saw the missile leaving.
Well, we actually could see the destruction that occurred within a minute of it happening.
How many people do you think he killed?
It's tough to say, but given some of the targets, there were quite a few.
You see any heads flying in the air? They always show the explosion. You never see any bodies flying in the air or anything?
You never quite get that part of it.
In the movies, I love when the body kind of bicycles out, almost cartwheels. The body's cartwheel from the explosion. Have you ever seen an arm or a head or anything come flying out of a building?
No, can't say I ever have. Nor would I want to.
So how do you feel after you see that? And then CNN shows the dead bodies, men, women, and children laid out in front of the place that you blew up, and the enemy says you just bombed a school. Ever happened to you?
Nope, never had that experience. Our targets were mission critical.
All right, well, thanks for hiding 1,000 miles away and doing your service for our nation. Thank you. Thank you for killing from afar. Thank you.
You are most welcome.
All right. There you go. When our service people call up here, I'd like to find out exactly what they do. That would be me, launching from afar. That's what I would like to do. I'm not going to actually go. I mean, I'd like to sometimes just launch from my house into the gym and blow up the gang members who are using the cell phones really loudly that I'm frightened to talk to. Just like to launch right at them. So, dear Jay, the other day you said someone told a bald-faced lie. You're an idiot. It's a bold-faced lie. No, it isn't. You can say bold-faced if you want to, and I sent this guy back an email, and I said, what an uneducated idiot. Bald means white or apparent from the Dutch, i.e. bald eagle. Bold is acceptable to the lower classes and the less literate. Never match wits with me. It's too easy. And I said bald-faced lie to fish out you and about 50 other assholes who will certainly send me the same note. You like that, Chris? That's how I spend my afternoons.
Uncle Daddy.
Sometimes I'm so bored I actually, send stuff back. By the way, Jay Stuckey, 44, says, Tom Brokaw has mumbled through a press conference last week or whatever, and he wants Williams to be fired. Did you hear that Tom Brokaw had called for his, I hadn't heard that.
Yes.
Oh, really? Brian Williams also, many people are saying he struggled with Lee Harvey Oswald that day at work before leaving for lunch and later finding out that Oswald was not kidding about his gun. I don't think that happened. He's done. Who's going to replace him, Christina?
They have 3 prospects, I think, that they're thinking of now. Hold on.
Right. Well, who's the guy that
I would like to see Willie Geist be.
He's not an announcer. He's a personality.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he does what, the Today Show or so. I think he's great on television.
Is Willie Geist the kind of fresh-faced guy that's on the Today Show, kind of handsome and tall? Is that him?
Mm-hmm. And he wrote a book with his father, and they have this little, bond going on. I really like him. I think he's entertaining. He's not.
The other guy deserves
that one that I just can't stand.
The other guy deserves it. The other guy that's sitting in there.
Who's the other
guy? Holt. What's his name? Yeah, Lester Holt deserves it. He's been there a long time. And they put him in the middle of the night and everything else. And he's got a great voice. They're going to put Lester Holt on there. Then again, they don't do well with women anchors. They should find some woman, like that woman that was talking about the kangaroo. Can you bring her voice back? There are these women that get into broadcasting, and they start sounding like men. That's what they need. That Katie Couric, she's still a cheerleader, I mean, she's nice and everything, but she's too much of a cheerleader. And then the other one on ABC is a prune face, the old prune face woman. They did terrible in the ratings. They need kind of a ballsy. I wonder how, what's, from MSNBC, the one with the crew cut, what's her name? on in the evening. Frank. Her name's Frank something. What's her name? Rachel Maddow.
Maddow, thank you.
Yeah, I call her Frank sometimes, Frank Maddow. They ought to put her on. And she shouldn't do all that, left-wing political stuff. She ought to just sit there with the crew cut and talk like a man and do the news.
You are.
I think people would like that. She ought to wear a coat and a tie.
You're awful.
I'm not
awful.
awful.
Like a man and tell the news?
Yeah.
No.
Well, then sit there like a woman with a man's voice and tell the news. That make you feel better?
A little bit.
And her name is strong. And now, the NBC Evening News with Rachel Maddow. It's actually it's kind of a strong name. They ought to have her. I wonder why they never consider her for things. I'd like her. I'd like her to be my service animal. I'd to fly around with her. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't believe this. No, that's not a woman. That's my service animal. It's Rachel Maddow. You see the little jacket she's wearing that says service on it? Yeah. But that would be great, wouldn't it? You get a person, and that's because we're animals. Service mammal.
I like that idea.
I would do service mammal.
I've tried to, I think that Lola's a little too, far advanced in her age and stuff. You can't really teach an old dog new tricks, but I would love to put a little vest on her and be able to take her everywhere.
No, you can do it.
They don't care. I don't want to have to go through the training. You have to
You don't go through it.
Trained. Yes,
you
do.
do not.
Yes,
no, you don't. No, that's a seeing eye dog. I am telling you, Christina, it's their pets.
No, but it's not. There has to be regulations. The dog or the animal has to be okay in public situations. And so there's the training.
You're talking to a man that complains constantly. And so I'm in a plane, and I sat next to a woman with some, Chihuahua-looking thing, and she had the yellow vest on, and the dog did the whole flight. That's what the dog did. And I said, what is the deal? I just got snot in my mouth. I said, what's the deal with this dog? And the flight attendant says it's a service animal. And I said, well, how do they become a service animal? She says, it's really a pet, and they just get it. They get it registered. I swear, go online, you'll see. You just get it registered.
All right.
You have to do a damn thing. Let's go to Jeff, who's in Maryland. Hey, Jeff, it's Jay Thomas. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Jeff from Pasadena, Maryland.
I don't know if you're from Pasadena, Maryland, but it says you're Jeff of Maryland. Yeah, we don't really, we're not Googling you right now, Jeff. We're not trying to, we don't have a camera on you. Sure, sounds like a very nice town, though. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So I've been listening to you a couple of years, and I really enjoy it. But I've noticed one thing. You'll say, you said it 3 times in a row, but you usually say, what it is the Army doesn't have enough missiles. And then the other day, you said it 3 times in a row, and it's just, I find it curious. You said, what it is that blah, blah, blah.
What it is?
Yeah. You said that a lot. What it is, and then the other day you said it 3 times in a row. What it is that.
So what it is that. That's how I say it?
Right.
Somebody sent me this whole list of things. Anthony, somebody. The other day instead of Saudi Arabia, you said South Arabia. No, I didn't.
No.
Here's one. You said that bisexuals like one sex more than the other based on nothing more than your observation. Yeah, that's right.
I was going to say, that I think you said.
Yeah, I said that. The fact that you said the I Have a Dream speech is not copyrighted by the King family. It is owned by the Kind estate. They were the only family that recorded it. I did not know that. That no one recorded the I Have a Dream speech. I did not know that. And it's and then you said that Iran has no taxes. I don't think they have taxes. And then, what are you saying? I got to add this to the list. What it is, well, what's wrong with that? Why does that bother you so much?
No, it doesn't bother me. I guess when you're talking for, as much as you do on the radio, it's not going to be perfect. I just find it curious. But I find it even more curious when he said it 3 times in a row. What it is that.
That's the 3 times? What it is is that isn't 3 times, that's 1 time.
No,
get rid of this asshole. Get rid of him from Pasadena, Maryland. Good God. Here's another one. Why is it that you yell over callers really loud? I get that you need to take control by stepping over them, but please don't shout in a burst that you mask as comedy in order to gain technical control. I swear to God, people send me these.
Remember that time you yelled so loud that you busted your microphone?
I broke the microphone. And it crackled in my ear. It actually hurt me. Oh, Jay, please, no more middle-aged MC. You shouldn't be called that because you're no longer middle-aged. You need to find a new phrase. How about this? How about Droopy Balls MC? You like that one? Droopy Balls MC is my newest one. Yeah, don't. And then they go, we're just trying to help. No, you're not. You're assholes. You're idiots. It's like, I don't need your programming tips. I don't even know why that guy called. I don't care. Do you really think I'm going to take any of these suggestions? What it is I don't care. Lance of New York. Yes, Lance, go ahead.
Hey, Jay, my sister-in-law has one of those companion dogs.
Okay, first of all, hold on one second. Not a seeing eye dog. Not a seeing eye dog. Okay, because those are fabulous, and I love those dogs. So, first of all, is your sister-in-law?
It's my sister-in-law.
And she's married to your brother?
I'm married to her sister.
You're married to her sister. I want to get this straight because now I'm going to delve into it.
Yeah.
What is it that your sister-in-law, what is wrong with her that she needs this animal?
Well, she went to the doctor. Basically, it was to get ship the dog for nothing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
If she wasn't a companion dog, then they would have to pay for it to be crated and put underneath, and she didn't want the dog to be put underneath anyway. So what she did was went to a doctor, said that she has anxiety, and the doctor wrote a note, and the airlines take that note and accept that note. Meanwhile, the dog, it does is cry when it's in the air, so she has to actually drug the dog. So the dog is actually a companion to nobody because it's heavily medicated and is sleeping throughout the whole flight.
So I'm not far off on this deal, and let me say this, and your wife will never hear this, or your sister-in-law. I'm getting this from your voice. Your sister-in-law sounds like a complete asshole to me.
She's
what?
She's great.
What? Oh, you like your sister-in-law?
I do. I love my sister-in-law. But I think some of the things she does.
Sounds like she's in the room with him right now.
Get rid of him. Anybody that loves their sister-in-law, I don't want them even listening to me. Your in-laws are there for one reason, to dislike, period. That's it. They're the enemy. They always will be. You're not of their blood. They have no interest in you. You're just, along for the ride, or you're a meal ticket or something. Like your sister-in-law. That's ridiculous. That's almost against everything I hold sacred. When my in-laws come over, I grimace. When my family comes over, my wife grimaces. We look at each other, we grimace. When both families are together, we grimace at each other. Grimace, grimace, grimace. Let's go to Jeff, who's in Illinois. Yes, Jeff, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Hey, Jay. I was going to talk about the service dogs.
Yeah.
I care for an organization called Working Dogs for Vets.
No, that's a different story. That's a dog that is needed for a vet who what? Has done something, has come back and needs companionship.
What the dog? 90% of the dogs are for PTSD.
Yes.
As the dog is trained and the vet's trained, the dog senses your endorphins. And
really?
Moves active. Yes. Yeah. It's the same as like a bloodhound can track you. And
so I start to get out of hand, and I've got post-traumatic stress disorder, and I have my Cocker Spaniel with me, and all of a sudden the Cocker Spaniel goes, which in dog language means you're starting to get out of control. You need to settle down.
You know what? Exactly. I mean, there's different signals. Different dogs give different signals. Like some bark, some will just put their head in your lap. Some of them will nudge you. Some will knock you over.
Yeah. There's actually a dog that will run at you and knock you over if you start really having an attack.
No, knocking over may have been too far, but at least.
Wow.
A lot of times it's more like it's more of a thing to get your attention.
Yeah.
You know, and
what's the name of the group now? Give me the name of the group because it sounds valid.
Working Dogs for Vets.
Working Dogs for Vets.
Right.
Now, you see, they ask me to do some PSAs every now and again, and I'm almost out of diseases and problems. I might do Working Dogs for Vets, but I don't like, you see, dogs don't like me, actually. So I couldn't actually be on camera with a dog. They'd have to superimpose it. Dogs always snap at me, and I'm afraid they're gonna smell my breath and know that I have a tumor somewhere, and that's not how I want to find out. That's what someone told me once. Dog will smell your breath and then know you have a tumor.
Every time my dog gets really attached to me, I wonder about what might be wrong with me.
Right.
She feels the need that she has to buddy up to me.
Does she ever sit on one of your breasts?
Yeah, the biggest one.
Well, that's the one where the tumor is.
Thanks.
Well, I'd check it out if I were you. You know what, Steven? You're not doing very much. Why don't you give her a little check before the show's over? You worked at enough channels. You work at the doctor channel? I think just every for going channel over there and you worked at every channel, you can examine people because you worked over there. So that's nice. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you a veteran, Jeff?
Yes.
You're a veteran? Uh-huh. Would it hurt recruitment if they said, okay, look, we're glad you all want to fight and you're going to go over and fight, but here's the deal. There's a real chance that you're going to lose a limb, you're going to be blown up, you're going to be under attack, or if you don't lose a limb, that you may come back completely fucked up with post-traumatic stress disorder. Is there some way that you could warn people or say, look, if you want to go over and you want to kill and you don't mind seeing people blown apart and all sorts of horrifying shit, then the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps is for you. But if right now, and then I would show them a bunch of pictures. See, I don't know how we stop this thing. It's an epidemic, as you know, and it's more than almost any other war we've ever had. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do?
It's diagnosed more because there's more people have gotten more symptoms, not more symptoms, but they've learned more of the symptoms. And well, if you remember, I was a veteran in Southeast Asia. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
If you remember after that conflict ended, the Army, the armed forces turned to promotional companies, advertising agencies, to actually start doing their commercials for them in order to put the armed forces in a different light.
Right.
But now you don't ever see anything like, hey, come join us and, we'll go kill a bunch of South Vietnamese. Or we'll go kill a bunch of...
No, you're going to learn a trade and you're going to go to Germany and you're going to, and when you get out, you're going to be a leader and you're going to work in a real nice place and everything else. Yeah.
That's the message now, is that, you're going to learn a trade, you're going to learn this, hey, you're going to get college money, you're going to do this,
Right.
You're going to fly in a helicopter, you're going to, they don't tell you the damn helicopter's going to get shot at 1,000 times.
Yeah, I know. That's the weird thing. It's like, and so is it that we're just well, look, we're a very weak nation. I mean, we hang out, we have a good time, we play video games and the whole thing. I have a nephew now who is completely brainwashed and they've given him machine guns and everything else. And this is a kid that he didn't even like to go hunting with us, right? And he's a big guy now. And man, he is completely brainwashed and he is ready to go over there and start shooting and everything else. And I'm going to tell you, I mean this. I think this guy is set up already, given his the way he was raised, for post-traumatic stress disorder. I am not joking. It is the most. I mean, he just, he and his dad have troubles. He and his mother have troubles. He's did it to go to high school, college. I mean, all of a sudden, he's sending me pictures of himself with the friggin' gun. And a friend of mine said, well, they really get into all the weaponry and the power of the weaponry and everything else. And it's like, okay, we need the armed forces, but I'm telling you, I would rather get all the killers out of jail and send them over there. I've said that a million times.
If you're chill out of jail, you can't train them to do the chill on command.
I could train them.
Hey, I can train a dog. I guess you can train a criminal. I'm not sure.
Hey, what would you rather do? You want to be in jail in this on one of those lockup shows with your fucking head shaved and the tattoos on your neck, or do you want to go over? We're gonna fly in there, parachute your ass in there, and whatever village you can take, you can have. You can have it. You make everybody, because whatever you do to the people will be better than what the terrorists are doing to them. What do you think of that, Medina? What do you think of that one? Whatever you're going to do to them, it can't be as bad as friggin' ISIS.
ISIS is pretty bad.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
Get all the people from lockup and send them over there, and then bleach those cells out and put people that are smoking marijuana in them, Christina.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Yeah. You know what's bad about when you put somebody in for marijuana? They can never fit a pizza through that food slot. That's the worst part of it. No, you have to fold it. You have to fold it. Put a cannoli. Well, Jeff, thanks. What's the name of the group again that you're helping servicemen?
It's on Facebook. It's Working Dogs for Vets. It's run by Ken Asfu.
You know what? Hold it a sec. Give this guy some Pro Flowers, would you? Yeah, he does good stuff. Pro Flowers. But don't give it to your service dog. Give it to a human being. I know you love your dog, but give it to a human being.
The organization we run is run completely volunteer. It's run off our own money. We bring dogs out of the shelters. We do all the training ourselves. We keep absolutely no funds. Everything we get goes to training the dogs, shipping them.
I don't even care if you steal some of the money. It's okay with me.
Okay.
Because you're doing a good deed. So you take a little of the money. Like I worked a couple of years for the Salvation Army, and they got rid of me. I would take some of the money. So what? I'm jingling a fucking bell all day long. They're dropping shit in there. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit. You're standing there with the stupid uniform and someone playing like a French horn next to you. I mean, really. I mean, I worked for them. I enjoyed it and everything else. And so they caught me stealing some money. So what? So what?
I made my gloves out of reverse masking tape and used to dip my finger in every once in a while.
I did do that. I did that when I was a kid, too. I would put stuff on my fingers, and I would pretend I was putting money, and I would get enough for my buddy and I to have ice cream after church.
Oh, I thought the problem was instead of painting your false kettle red, you painted it pink.
All right, you know what? You're much better in the service dog industry than telling jokes. Put him on hold and give him some Pro Flowers, would you please?
It's the Jay Thomas.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
It's all about the love. The Jay Thomas Show. Afternoons. Sirius XM Indy.
Get up, get on up, get up, get on up. Stay on the scene, get on up like a sex machine.
What a great movie. And that guy that played Jackie Robinson also played, sang, and danced like James Brown. I'm telling you, it's not to be missed. Now, was that from this year or last year? That's not eligible for the Academy Awards, or it is? I don't know. Was that from last year? 2014? You know what? I have not even heard it talked about. That guy's unbelievable, and I love James Brown. And I apologize. I need to get that guy. Get me that actor's name, please. Let's go to Chadwick Boseman. Did you know that right off the top of your head, Steve?
I did.
Wow. Chadwick Boseman. Like that. Boom. You like sports, too?
I do.
Wow. Okay. You probably wish. You know what's sad? It must be terrible for. And by the way, let's welcome. Is it Steve or Steven? Do I have to call you Steven? Or?
Steve.
Steve Gonzalez. And you're overqualified. And it must be awful because you know so much more than I do already. And you are so, into it must be horrible for you. You have a pretty good voice, too.
No, I'm pretty used to that with the show I just came off of for 2 shows.
Yeah, and you must just sit there going, God, I could just do so much better than these assholes. What's that like? What's it like?
I don't know. Let's ask Christina.
No.
Oh.
Keeping you on your toes from day one.
Well. Right over the old bow. Bingo.
I'm blushing. I'm actually blushing.
No, you guys are doing a good job. If you prepared, as you can hear that I prepare, and have everything ready to go at all times.
See, I knew you're a comedian.
You know what's funny about you? This is why you're no longer going to be with us after today. I prepare constantly. All this stuff is prepared. Listen, scripted. It's all scripted. You hear me?
Steve goes, I hear him writing. So I'm like, yep, he's writing something.
No, writing, scripting, it's all scripted.
It's
Everything's
all
scripted. Let's go to Jay, who's in Canada. Yes, Jay, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead. What is it?
Hey, guys, I just wanted to say the Brian Williams thing. They had a 3-person shortlist, but one person they left off was Savannah Guthrie. And she looks like she's going to be the front runner to get this. That's what Drudge is reporting anyway.
Savannah Guthrie is going to be the anchor of the evening news?
That's right.
Terrible choice.
Very.
Terrible choice. I find her to be an empty pantsuit, okay? An empty, I don't know what do you call it? Empty skirt? I mean, Ann Curry would be I would watch Ann Curry do the evening news before I'd watch Savannah Guthrie. Her name sucks.
Yeah.
You know, she's a glommer. She just glommed on there. How long has she been there? Was it been a couple of years since the debacle?
Yeah,
God.
Probably. Yeah.
Christina, have you ever watched Savannah Guthrie? Ever?
No, I can't. I don't have the time to watch morning television.
I would watch Savannah Guthrie if she came on and on the first night she got on her desk on all fours and a guy ate her ass out. I'd watch her then. Yeah, she just has her, I love to see her, with that, because they're so clean, they're so clean, they're so perfect, their hair's perfect, their nails are perfect.
Right?
Yeah, and she gets on all fours and she goes, first of all, she sits behind the desk and she says, "Good evening, I'm Savannah Guthrie." Obviously, Brian Williams has been in this chair for a long time, and many people think maybe I can't even replace him, and I'm nervous myself. And to quiet myself down and to relax everyone, I think I should probably do something that's a little out of the ordinary for a broadcaster. And she should just hike up her skirt, get on the desk, and a guy comes in, like with the headsets on, like a stage manager, and pulls the rest of her little tight dress up and pulls her drawers down and just sticks his face right into her ass and, pretend licks it and then puts it back on, and she sits back down and then does the news.
Shouldn't you have Allison Williams do that to just kind of bring it all full circle?
No. Do you not get what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Do you not get what I'm doing?
Wouldn't you rather see Allison Williams?
Obviously we know why I'm doing it. If I say Savannah Guthrie does it, that's the introduction. What does Allison Williams do? Nothing.
She's eating her
ass. She
ass.
has to leave. No, they didn't have a woman doing it. Be quiet. What an idiot.
I think Savannah.
Do you really believe that you're... Hold on a second, Jay. You're babbling while I'm yelling.
Sorry.
Don't ever help me. Don't ever help me. The last thing I need is comedic aid. If I needed that, I would have some sort of a tribute to myself. Jay, very good. I don't like Savannah Guthrie. You're in Canada. What do you care?
Just because it's in the news and everyone seems to be talking about it. I think she'd make a better emotional pet than she would an anchor on the nightly news.
And you just stole one of my lines, too. You just stole my lines, too, about having a human being as an emotional person. Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Gone.
Idiot.
How dare he?
And every time I listen to watch news in Canada, well, this afternoon, about 9 o'clock, another Canadian came, and it's like, I want to throw up. It's out and about. Really went, it drives you nuts. I used to work in Canada all the time, and it was crazy. And they go out of their way to make sure they do all kind of Canadian stuff. Like this big, giant, meaningful country is not 10 miles away.
What about when you played a Canadian? Didn't you have to say a boot?
I did.
You're really good at it.
I spoke French, too. Let's go to Michael, who's in Georgia. Yes, Michael, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
I'm right here. How you doing, Jake?
Fine, I'm right here. Go ahead.
I love you. I love your show, man.
Well, I'm glad you do. Do you have some sort of a service animal that you want to tell us about?
My sister-in-law has one, and I want to tell
Wait a second. Hold on a minute. You wait a second. You're the second guy with the sister-in-law. So now, do you like your sister-in-law? Is that an event that you're happy with when she comes over to visit?
Yeah, she's pretty nice.
Huh.
I got no problem with her.
My finger is on the button when you're ready.
No, it doesn't have to be. There's no finger has to be on any button. I can handle it. Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Well, I want to agree with your point that they don't need special training when they're taking on planes and stuff like that because
right.
She flew over from Puerto Rico, and all she needed was a doctor's letter.
No, wait, don't they quarantine a dog when it comes from, I know Puerto Rico's United States, protectorate or whatever, or territory, but don't they quarantine your animal when you bring it in and out of the country, the confines of even Hawaii, they quarantine your dog?
No, not really, because the dog had all his papers and all his shots, and it was perfectly healthy, and she needed her husband passed away a few years ago, and she needs the dog for emotional support, so she got a letter.
Oh, stop. Does the dog look like her husband? Is that why she has to have the dog?
Oh, he's a spitting image of her husband.
Really? Wait a second. Now wait a second. I didn't think you were going to say that. But when you have a dog for a long time, or they say you buy a dog that looks like you, this dog, what sort of dog is it that looks like her husband?
Chihuahua.
This Chihuahua, was her husband had a little tiny head, little skinny guy with a mustache? Was he that kind of guy?
Yeah, he had big bug eyes.
Big bug eyes. Like, did he have like the teeth, the overbite or the underbite with the teeth where you go like that?
He just loved tacos and enchiladas a lot.
Yeah, let me tell you something. That your sister-in-law has a service pet that looks like her dead husband. Fine, I'd let her go through. And I'd love to be one of those guys. I've always wanted to be a border patrol person, not a border patrol, because I don't like to be outside. I would like to be when you come in and show me your passport, and I have that thing, you go like this. All right, go on. I want to look at your papers and look at you. Take your hat off and your glasses, please. All right. And then stamp you. I've always wanted to stamp someone's passport. Well, Michael, that's a wonderful and heartwarming story.
Well,
how did your brother, was it your brother that passed away, or was...
brother-in-law.
And how did he die?
He caught some kind of infection. And
wait a second. Did he catch it from the dog? Do you think he got it from the dog? Did he get something? Was it something from the dog, you think?
No, it wasn't from the dog. It was something else related to his job, but he passed away from that. And he was pretty young.
Wait a second. So everyone will know this, that you can die in certain jobs. Well, what job did he have?
Well, he worked in a zoo, and he caught something in the garden from the zoo, and nobody really knows what he caught. He just passed away.
Did they have any monkeys in that zoo or orangutans?
Yeah, a whole bunch.
Yeah, let me tell you what they do. They throw their feces at people. And I bet you he was hit with some orangutan feces, and he caught orangutanal fasciitis.
Well,
you should check on that. Yeah. Either that or that fucking dog gave him something. Your poor brother-in-law. That's terrible. That's terrible. And now the wife's flying back and forth with a dog that looks like her dead husband. Sure, I give her... Hold on a second. All right, send her through. Thank you. Wow.
Thanks, Jay. I love you, and I love Christina, man.
All right. Nothing like man love.
Thank you.
You were probably used to that over in that Frank DeCaro show, huh, Steve? That man love.
He's asking if you were used to the man love on the Frank DeCaro show.
Oh, what are you doing now? He's not talking to me, so we have to... Is that when you're having a fight, like the mom and dad are having a fight? Would you tell your mother to pass the sugar, please?
Steve is in here, and he's taking care of business.
I'm trying to fix faulty equipment in here already.
Everything that didn't work,
really, what's broken now?
Begging for them to fix, he's in here taking care of it.
Oh, you're handy. Well, that's fabulous.
Yes,
I may fly you to California.
Okay, I don't come cheap.
That Frank DeCaro, there's a lot of man-on-man love on that show.
There's a lot of all sorts of love on that show.
Wow.
Woman on woman.
Did that get tiring, getting hit on all the time? I was on a few of those shows, and men were just winking at me and touching me and everything else, and I said, look.
No, they knew their boundaries for the most part, and most of it was over Twitter or the phone, things like that. But
yeah.
No, I mean, a compliment's a compliment. I'll take those dudes on EW or LQ hitting on.
Really?
And the
I'm
women
with you
on
with that.
EW too as well.
Well, look, you're right. When a man likes me or a woman likes me, I think that's a compliment. I agree with you. What a world. Have you heard this rumor that maybe someone sent me this, actually, that maybe Bruce Jenner was like looking in his purse and he crashed the car? Have you heard that one?
I did not hear that.
Yeah. And by the way, his facial expressions, his body language with the woman laying dead, if you've not seen the video of that, I know he knows he's in trouble, but he's not as upset with her death as he is with what looks like is going to be his problem. And they're showing it everywhere. And it's really weird. I mean, he wasn't texting. He was smoking a cigarette. But he rammed in to her with this giant Escalade that had a, off-road vehicle behind it. And so that's his fault. It's really bad. He's not going to go to jail or anything, but it's really bad. And now you know what the evangelicals are saying. They are saying that this is God's punishment to him. That is being said in pulpits. That is being said on, it's already being on conservative blogs and everything, that this is God's punishment for him being born a woman trapped in a man's body. What does Frank DeCaro say about all that over there?
Frank supports Bruce Jenner or whatever he's going to choose.
Of course he supports him. Yeah.
No, I think it's
what's Bruce's new name going to be? Look, does anybody know?
Well, I think some of us are pulling. I've heard a lot of people pulling for Barbara
Jenner,
or a Jenny Bruce, like kind of flopping the name.
Jenny Bruce.
That better.
That's I think Frank's number one choice is Jenny Bruce.
Jenny Bruce.
Yeah.
I like that.
Have you ever felt you were the wrong sex in the body that you're in?
No.
Yeah, that must be awful. I'd keep it completely secret, and on the weekends, I would dress as a woman, and then whoever was with me, I would kill them. I've said this before, and I think that's the way it ought to be done. And then during the week, you're a man, you have a family and everything else. And on the weekends, you put on a woman's outfit, and if anybody finds out who you are or whatever, you off them.
So how many dead bodies are in your basement?
I've never had to do it, but I would. If I was gay or a woman trapped in a man's body or whatever, I would live that life on the weekends. I'd go on the tours and the cruises, and I would do it all. But if someone was going to expose me, I'd have to eliminate them. You know where I'd take them to kill them?
Are you sure?
A zoo in Puerto Rico. A zoo in Puerto Rico. Right up next to the orangutan cage.
Just feed him.
That's what killed that guy.
I don't know if I'm going to be.
By the way, you think I'm kidding about that? Yeah, no, he got some feces on him, and he caught something and died. The man that looks like a chihuahua. Poor Bruce Jenner. I do. On some level, I feel sorry for him. It's like, what a shitty way to have to live. I mean, when he was doing all the decathlon and all that, he felt like a woman. Boy, would he have been an incredible woman athlete. He'd have won everything. God, because he was really fast as a guy. Let's go to Raphael, who is in Texas. Yes, Raphael, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Hey, Jay, I just want to call to say you're right. I have 3 sister-in-laws, and I hate every single one of those putas. They're just a bunch of whores, and all they do is talk shit when they come over. I'm making my wife a Valentine's dinner, and they think that's the cheap way to go.
Oh, come on.
I hate those. I can't stand the sight of them.
Are they married, or are they single?
They're single. 2 are single, 1 is divorced.
Yeah, you know what that is, don't you? And I'm not joking. I've been here. They're angry that your wife is happy with you.
Exactly.
And absolutely. Oh, I know. I listen. I've been there. I know all about it.
They're all single. They're miserable. They're whores. That's why they don't have a man.
Well, when you say whore now, how much money do they take? How much money do they take to have sex?
They give them a cheeseburger.
They just would. You take them. Do you have hamburger habit there? If I was a whore, that's where I would go. That's one of my favorite hamburgers.
They hang out at the Burger King. Just give them a hamburger. That's how much I hate them, Jay. I mean, I'm happy.
Now, what about your wife? When your wife, you tell your wife,
we have a wonderful relationship. She's wonderful. But I tell my wife, if I had the chance, I would hang all 3 of them.
Now, wait a second. Let's not go that far. We can't have you threatening to hang sister-in-laws.
I hate them. I'm sorry.
Unless you vacationed in Mosul for the weekend, then you perhaps could, that dream could come true for you.
They're miserable, Jay. They're just miserable women, and they have nothing else to do.
Here's one thing you could do. You could fly the entire family over to, is Mosul in Afghanistan or is it in Iraq?
It's in Iraq. Ask Medina.
You go to Mosul. You bring them all over, and then you spread the rumor that the three sister-in-laws have drawn some cartoons with Muhammad in them.
That's a good one. One, Jay.
Yeah, thank you. Now, do you have any ex-brother-in-laws or anything that look like chihuahuas? That's this guy was telling me.
No, they're all women. I feel sorry for my father-in-law.
All right. Well, Raphael, thank you. It's good to hear.
Right,
thank you. Good to hear hatred. Let's go to Soren.
Hi, Jay.
Hey, Soren.
I love a nice cup of hate in the morning.
Big cauldron of hate. Yes, Soren, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to recommend two movies, for you to watch.
Sure. Yes.
One of them is A Day Without...
Can I say something? Hey, you know what, Stephen? I think you brought in the Hispanic contention. I mean, I've never had so many Spanish speakers in my life. What? You're not Spanish. Where are you from?
No, I'm from Romania.
Oh, you're Romanian. Excuse me a second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Stop generalizing,
sorry.
Jay.
No, it's one accent. As you know, anyone from south of the border, they're all Mexicans to me.
Right.
I've said that before. I'll always say it. I'm from El Salvador. Well, welcome to Mexico. So go ahead. So, Romania. What the hell is Romania like? What is that like? That used to be behind the Iron Curtain. Did you ever live behind the Iron Curtain?
Yeah, I did until I was 17.
What is that about? What is that like? I mean, they were watching you. You couldn't say anything. They had the spies, and they kept the government. And the government kept tabs on everybody. Gee whiz, that had to be bad.
Yeah, that's how it was. All the phones were, tapped in, every home. You're always scared to talk to the people. You never knew who was a spy. So yeah.
So you would ever get in the phone and go, before you said anything, boy, that Ceausescu is a great guy. Would you open with that?
You have to.
Ceausescu was your guy, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah. How did his world? Didn't he get hung or something? They hung him up by his thumbs, didn't they?
No, they shot him and his wife.
Yeah. That's the way to handle it.
Yeah,
a lot of those Tea Party people. We ought to send them to Romania. That's how they like to handle things. Put them up in a firing squad. Did you go in the streets against them? And were you there when they plugged you and the old lady?
No, I was here then. I lived in Florida.
Do you think anybody who shot him has post-traumatic stress disorder?
No, I think they party afterwards.
I do too. I think if you shoot somebody and you're glad they're dead, or you go to war and you really hate them and you want to kill them, I think that's our problem. We're going places and the soldiers are going, I don't even know that I want to, kill anybody over here, So what movie should I watch? I've gotten us really off track here and we've gone over to Romania. Yeah, go ahead.
One of them is called A Day Without a Mexican. And
that movie I've seen, that was in L.A. The title does not mean what it says. It's actually an interesting movie. It shows how much we need them. And what's the other one? And we got to go real fast. What's the other one?
The other one is Cannibal, A Love Story.
Cannibal, A Love Story.
Yeah, it's like a Perfume, A Love Story.
I like Perfume, but Cannibal. Thank you. I'll watch both of those on break. Thank you so much.
All right, Jay. Take care.
All right.
Jay Thomas.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoons. The Jay Thomas Show.
It's the show that the average listener would do if they could do their own radio show.
Sirius XM Indy.
$866-99 Indy or voice box 3476 Sirius or Jay Thomas Show at Gmail. Christina with Steve and Medina back in New York. I'm coming to you from California this week, where it will be, the hottest it's been in 20 years.
Good for you.
85 degrees all weekend in Southern California. Dear Jay, this is from Tim. You've been saying that Valentine's Day is Thursday for the past 2 weeks. It's Saturday, you unromantic asshole. You know, I have to tell you, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it was always on a Thursday. That's Thanksgiving, right? It's always on a Thursday. Mm-hmm. I apologize. And I've been doing the Pro Flowers and the Cherries Berries and all of that. It is. It's Saturday. And I even this morning. Well, you know what's great? My wife isn't the biggest romantic, so I go, come on, let's do something special for Valentine's Day. And I don't even know what her answer was, because I don't have to do anything special. It's almost like being married to a man. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, you looked out there, for sure. Third time?
Either that or she can't stand me. That's the other one, which I don't even want to go there.
I'm sure that that's part of it.
James says, it's the Saddle Peak Lodge. That's exactly what the name of that restaurant is. The Saddle Peak Lodge. Yeah, that's where they serve the kangaroo and everything else. I've always wondered. I never went back there, by the way. I mean, the food's good, but that night and you know, you don't want to send it, you know, I would have sent something. You can't send it back if you don't like it. Okay. And they have to, you know, sometimes, I don't know, the waiter doesn't pay for it, but, you know, you lose money. My friends who are in the restaurant business say, people send food back, it hurts us. It hurts our bottom line. But I wonder when they found the little medallions of kangaroo, I wonder if the gardener found it or if one of the busboys found it. I will never know. Yeah, so now, you know, there's a million notes. Okay, all right, it's Saturday. I got it, okay? I got it. I'm well prepared. I'm just not good with dates. That's all. I know, I see them. They're just rolling in. They're rolling in. This is from Carl. Are you being paid to drop the name of a stupid show that none of your listeners has ever heard of, nor would they ever watch? Downton Abbey. I think people watch that. Maybe not. I'm into I like it. It's a soap opera. Steve, you watch Downton Abbey? You like that show? Steve Gonzalez?
I do not watch that show. I do not like that show.
Oh, there you go. Well, we're off to a good start, aren't we? Yeah. You watch Game of Thrones?
I do not. I got rid of HBO after the first season, so I never went back to try and catch up.
You don't even steal it from the internet?
The show or the channel? The channel, no. The show, I can. I just always forget because when it's not on my DVR, it's not right to the memory to go, oh yeah, I got to watch the show. When it's on demand or on the internet, I have to remember to go hunt it down.
Well, what are your shows? What do you like? Let's find out who you are.
Okay, right now, I like Arrow.
Never heard of it.
All right. Supernatural, a bunch of CW shows, The Flash.
The CW?
Yes.
What does CW stand for?
I don't even know. What used to be
Country Western?
No, it's
well, it used to be the WB or UPN or whatever it was years ago.
It's, the combination of those two channels.
The CW.
Those are the only three shows on that channel that I watch, though.
The Flash?
That's The Flash. I kind of like comic books and things of that nature.
I know what that is, yeah.
So The Flash and Arrow, which was Green Arrow, and Supernatural, which is the Supernatural.
So that's what you like. The Sci-Fi Channel, you like that?
I like some of the sci-fi. I like me some History Channel. I'm
like Walking Dead. Walking Dead, you like all that?
I do like Walking Dead. I'm liking a lot of these Survivor type shows. Not Survivor like on CBS, but like Survivor Man or, these Alaskan, The Last Frontier. I've been getting into those.
Is Survivor Man the English guy? No.
No, that's Les Stroud. That's Man vs. Wild.
That's the guy
Les Stroud is Survivor Man. Yeah, he's good. I like it.
The English guy that's like he's like 60 years old. What's his name? No, not Bear Grylls.
Oh.
Bear Grylls, they found out that he was staying in a hotel. Yeah. Like, if they just moved the camera, there was like a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, he's basically doing it in his backyard.
Yeah, he was. And then he was on NBC in prime time taking movie stars out. Did that work out? That show ever work out?
I don't think it came back. I didn't even see an episode. I did see a commercial of him and, I think it was Zac Efron running around shirtless in the woods, but.
Yeah, and He did it with Tom Arnold, and Tom started crying, and he used to be an alcoholic, and now he has a kid, and they climbed up the, I don't know what. They slipped down a really muddy place in Oregon, so it was, I don't think he came back. And everybody had to wear Bear Grylls outfits that he sells. No. All of them. No. But the guy, I don't know his name, but he's like an English guy, but he's like a biologist or whatever. And he just go to the Amazon and
Jeff Corwin?
No. This is a guy's like 60 years old, and, River Monsters. Maybe he does that one. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I like him. But you know what? It's one of those things that you're just sitting there and it happens to come on until you watch it.
Jeremy Wade.
So, Jeremy Wade, is he the English guy? Maybe that's him.
He's got silver hair.
Yeah.
Silver hair, yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Yes.
He looks like he could
by the way, yeah, that's him. Jeremy Wade. And has no life. His life is the TV show, and his life is doing that. He's not married and has no life. I like that. That's all he does. And he even says, I couldn't have had a family. This is what I've done my entire life. And he's all around the world. All over. We have two here. Christina, we have Cool Mom and we have Cool Grandmom.
Wow.
We have two. And both of them are under arrest. But yet their families will never forget what they did for them.
What are they again?
We'll do Cool Mom first. Cool Mom.
Woo!
All right. Everybody has to sing back there. Cool Mom.
Everybody sing.
Cool Mom. Let me take something out of it.
Cool Mom. We have bass now.
Cool Mom. Cool Mom. Cool Mom. Oh, gosh. Cool Mom. There you go. Well, a New York mom is accused of making a bomb threat at her daughter's high school after her daughter failed the state exam. And she told a counselor, I'm going to blow up this school.
Hey.
Yeah, they're from Staten Island. Really?
Oh, big surprise.
Yeah. Really? It's Susan Wagner High School, and it's Karen Sharon. I can't pronounce the name. It looks like Sharon. Sharon, 46 years old. She says she's not guilty. She says she's not guilty, that she didn't send it. But then she says school officials were harassing her children, and they showed up at her home at 8 o'clock about her alleged threat. She sobbed through her arraignment. But don't you know that family will never forget when their mom was arrested, rightly or wrongly, for a bomb threat trying to protect their kid. Okay? And now let's go to Cool Grandma.
Right.
Cool Grandma. Well, I tell you what. You want to pull up a picture of this poor darling, Annalise Young, Anneliese, Annalise Young.
Cool Grandma.
Boy, I love this.
Cool Grandma.
Oh, you sound fabulous. An 82-year-old woman in Georgia is facing larceny charges after she was caught trying to steal a bottle of Sexiest Fantasies body spray from a CVS pharmacy. Yeah. Annalise Young, the accused octogenarian, was collared when a store worker spotted her placing the Sexiest Fantasy spray into her purse. It cost $7.39 if you go to the CVS in Augusta. She's pictured in a mugshot that you must see. She was confronted by the pharmacy employee. She was apologetic. When they popped open, there it was, the Sexiest Fantasy sprays. By the way, what she stole was the fireworks fragrance. According to the manufacturer that I looked up, it provides a burst of sensuality as plump as wild strawberries, succulent peaches, or voluptuous vanilla. They come together to create a fragrance as addictive and seductive as the woman who wears it. It's sure to drive a man wild. You'd have to dip this old bitch, her entire body, in this shit to make anybody want to fuck her. Annalise Young, 82 years old. She is a grandma. Could you ever forget when Grandma stole that bottle of Sexiest fantasies. Wow.
My grandmother
cool
still
grandma.
uses Jean Naté. It's on her.
Wow.
It's on her thing. I don't know if it's from 1963 or what, but it's still up there on
It's
her.
a new model.
I doubt it.
I use Canoe. Canoe. It's my favorite. Let's go to Rod of Florida. Those are two exciting, cool moms and a cool grandmom. Yes, Rod. Sexy grandmother. Sexual fantasies.
Hey,
Yes.
just got a question for you. You remember a couple of years ago there was this case, I think it was in Louisiana or Georgia, where they were taking bodies into a mortician, not a mortician, but like an undertaker, and they were burying the bodies out in the swamps. Did you ever hear anything about on a follow-up about that?
I don't know what that is. Did I report that case? I don't. You mean it was a murder case, or the funeral home was just ditching the bodies?
Yeah, the funeral home is ditching.
I think that was in Georgia, and I think that was resolved. I believe they were supposed to be cremating them. And they didn't cremate them, and they did either pile them up in the back or and the guy just said he was overwhelmed by the dead bodies, or the crematorium broke down or something. You see, I'm one of these. If you're dead, what difference does it make? There was another one where they were burying bodies on top of other bodies. Like if nobody had been around for a while, they would just put you in an old grave. You know, whenever I see a graveyard, all I think is, what a beautiful golf course that would have made. You know, I don't know why, why they do that. I don't know. It's a waste of land. Give all the, I don't know what, I mean, people, they need to know that, the body is this. The body is just a vessel for our consciousness. And once the spark is gone, which is literally an electric spark, that dies in your heart. And then once your consciousness is gone, I mean, you're just like a rag bag, I don't get it. I don't care what they do with me. I don't give a shit if they leave me out on the street. You know what I like? I put stuff out in the street, like a cabinet, or a bed frame, or, a mattress. I put stuff out in the street. I would love it if a dead body was just, put it out in the street. Maybe a student will come by. A medical student. You're a nurse. You're a nurse, Medina. Bodies are expensive. The one you have to cut open and practice. Suppose you're driving around and, you go to one of the universities and there's a dead body. Oh, you'd embalm it, or you wrap it in. I'd wrap it in, wrap me in some sort of.
Like your Christmas tree.
Cling wrap.
Wrap?
That's a good one. That's a good cling wrap. Some sort of cling wrap. So, or get one of those big machines where you can, pressure wrap food, You just put it in there. So, I mean it. I don't know what this thing is. Oh, we have to see, Joe's body. Only if you're going to be buried on your motorcycle do I think it's necessary to have your body at the funeral, actually. Now the thing is, they embalm you, they show people your body, and then they cremate you. That, to me,
weird.
is
That's like, you should just cut out the middleman. Enough already.
Double expense. And my two cousins, who were buried in Morgan City, Louisiana, they looked awful. I don't know who the person was. I remember, sadly, and it brings tears to my eyes, my dad looked just like my dad, and he was buried, down in that area, too. So, I don't know. But, so no, Rod, I think it was Georgia. So you just had a thought, you thought you'd call me up and I might know about it?
Yeah, he's gone.
Thank God.
Real quick, can I just ask everybody's opinion in the room real fast? Because I'm on eBay looking for a vest for my dog. Should I get the therapy dog vest or the service dog vest? What therapy?
I think.
What would be more, likely?
Therapy means there's something wrong with you. There's you've got a mental problem. And I think that would be, I would say service dog, and you could use it and say you are so nervous flying that the dog provides a service.
Okay, so we're going service dog for the vest. All right, sorry, I just
therapy.
I would think more therapeutic because it's a therapeutic.
I just want as little questions as possible. Like, I want to be able to walk into a coffee shop with my dog and have nobody ask me questions. I almost want them to fear me, like there's something really fucked up about me.
You should start twitching. You should have not a big twitch, a little twitch. All you need to do is you come in with the dog, and you have darting eyes anyway because you're so insecure.
I'm nervous and insecure.
So you're nervous. So you have the dog, and you stand there, and you're an attractive person. But all you'd have to do is just have your head go, just a little, like a little jerk, like something you can't control, just a little,
right?
Just a little jerk, and you just do it a couple of times. You like that. Then you get to the line, and let's say you're at the Starbucks. I'm sorry. I'd like and the dog licks you,
right?
And you okay. You go, look, I'm going to order now that Lola's licked me, and here it is. I want a extra hot, frappuccino with a whatever, and then you do one more little click. You give them the stuff. You get a receipt, and that's it. And you don't have to click anymore the whole time.
Okay, but after she leaves, can she be like, and then go away?
The problem with that is you may start clicking involuntarily at a later date. Because I know that I'm doing it now, and it's hard to stop it, Or you could act like when you talk, you do like that. Mm-hmm. You go, I'd like a mochaccino, please, with room.
I'm swallowing my tongue.
Yeah.
Right. Got
Just
it.
like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Would you like my dog to smell your breath to see if you have any tumors? You could do that, too. That'd be a good one. He
doesn't just service me, everybody. He services all of you as well.
Well, we had the guy on that had the cat in the hospital. The cat jumps in the old people's beds, and they call the family.
Yeah.
They know they have like a matter of days to live. This death cat,
I remember.
And the guy took it so seriously when I made jokes. It didn't turn out well.
No, didn't.
Yeah. Let's go to Ronald, who was in New Orleans. By the way, I received a bunch of emails at jthomasshow@gmail that beg me not to say I'm from New Orleans or not to mention it. It's difficult because when the call, and I'm there a lot, so.
I think you should just mention as much as you want. Be proud, Jay.
Really?
Don't let these guys bully you.
Well, what it is
email.
By the way, I'm having trouble saying something that people say that I say. I'm having trouble saying what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm having trouble doing it.
Right. And everything else.
Yes, Ronald, go ahead.
Hey, Jay, your opinion. We had an argument today at the office. Hey, those king cakes. Are they the best one in the city? I mean,
I don't know. You know what? I'm not a big king cake. It's a cheap cake with a baby doll in it, and, I don't.
It's a choking
But people say a big cinnamon roll, I know, but, I mean, I don't. So you don't like them, or?
They're all right. They're okay. I'm a big chocolate guy. That's really what I like. I like chocolate. And so it's sugary, and here's what's sad. As I was leaving New Orleans just last week, a friend of mine came over and brought me some Hadel's king cake, a small one, and said, here, take this. And, I said, oh, thank you. And it has purple and gold sugar and stuff on it, right? And I put it in my briefcase, and I knew I couldn't take it on the plane, but I guess I was supposed to put it in my suitcase and, eat it when I got home. Well, I got to the airport, I threw it in the trash can, and then I texted him and pretended I was eating it and stuff. Oh, I'm enjoying it and all. I guess I'd dip it in coffee or something. I don't know. It's kind of a heavy cake. It's okay. Are you a big king cake guy?
Yeah, it's good for your figure.
Yeah, you must be a big old fat guy. How much do you weigh?
About 180.
180?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nothing. What are you, like 5'2"? 5'2"?
Yeah, 6 foot.
You're 6 foot 180, so you can eat whatever you want to eat.
Yeah, that's why I like it, Keeps the heart.
The other thing I hate about it is after you eat it, you take like a Mardi Gras colored gold and purple shit, which I don't like. Like when I eat beets, I always think I'm bleeding from my ass.
Yeah. All right, now, that's your opinion. I was just in the debate, and I thought I didn't know what it was,
Well, what sort of office is this? Do you have a king cake debate, and then you call a meaningless radio announcer to settle it?
It's a red trucking company based out of New Orleans that's national. That's now based out of Atlanta. I'll just leave it at red yellow.
You work for Sayers.
Oh, I didn't say that. No. Yeah.
I know who you work for. And I've known the Sayer family my entire life.
I know who you
but
work
now it's
for.
corporate, so.
I know it is. And he sold it, the crazy the crazy guy that owned it and built a shrine in his house and all that stuff. You know him?
I can't hear you. I think you're breaking up.
Okay, man. I'll see you later.
All right, bye.
All right. I probably shouldn't have said it, but you can go online and see. This is actually a person that I've known and been to his home. He owns a famous Louisiana person's home and everything else, and he was looking at a bug light, and the Virgin Mary or something came to him out of the bug light. And you go online and you see it. Yeah. And he's a guy that I know, and my brother would go like this. Okay, now when we go in his house, there's this big shrine in the living room. And I mean, he said, a religious shrine. And you go in and he tells you the whole story about how he was going to go take a jog and he looked up at this yellow bug light and the thing appeared to him. And cool, I nod my head. But it's online. It's like a big sighting that the religious people do.
Bob Marley is
what about it?
In my brick fireplace at my parents' house in the form of a paint splash.
Oh, you mean it looks like that?
Oh my God, it looks exactly like him on his Legends cover. And there's
no. He didn't. No. She came out of the light and stood in front of him and spoke to him.
Oh, that's another level. That's not just
I thought it was like Jesus on bread.
No. He was getting ready to jog, and he looked up at the light, and she comes and she says, and be with me, and the whole thing, and a big discussion ensues, and he falls on his knees, and she told him to build a shrine, and he went in the house and said, I'm building a shrine, and that's it. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I went to that guy's house and brought my kid, and they were all, jumping on the trampoline, and I'm in there with the shrine. So to get out of the house, I went and jumped on the trampoline for a while. I didn't like trampolines. All I did was butt sits, My kid kept going, why don't you turn a flip, Dad? Yeah, why don't I break my fucking neck? Every time your kids suggest something, why don't you ski faster? Yeah, well, why don't I fucking break my leg? And people would go, is that the way you parent? Yes, I do. I'm preparing my children for the way the world is going to be and not for some fucking fake world that your bullshit kids are going to live in. People are horrible to other people. So I'm horrible to my kids early. They're pre-horribleized. You can't say anything to my kids and rattle them. It's impossible. It's impossible. Like, one of my sons knows that I want him to go to law school because I wanted to go to law school, and I live vicariously through my kids. This is the one that also played football, even though he didn't like it, because I wanted to play football, and he was bigger than I was, and I wanted him to knock people down and play football, and he knows it. So the other day, we're on a call, he and I talking, and I said, hey, I spoke to my buddy who's a lawyer, and he said maybe you could clerk in his law office. And my son says, Dad, I really haven't made a decision about law school and stuff. And so I go like this. Well, of course, if you don't want to be a lawyer, that's fine with me. And my own son goes like this. Like that. In my face. Meaning, are you fucking kidding? Are you kidding? And then I said to him, and if you don't do what I want, you don't get the same amount of money that everybody else gets. But that's okay, right? And he goes, yeah, that's another thing. If you do what I want, I'll give you an equal amount for everybody. But if not, you don't get an equal amount. That's not a threat. It's just like, it's my money, and I'm only going to give it to people that do the shit that please me. That's it. That's all. That's all there is to it. I have a friend who's a doctor who's got 4 kids. He's bought each one of them a house. They're young. They're like, one of them's like 16 or 17, and then the daughters are like maybe 19 or 22 or whatever. He's already bought them homes, and he's in the medical field, and they're all going into the same medical field he's going into. Or he's in. And no one's balking at that. Now, that's kind of weird, but it's kind of old-fashioned. But I think they know that if they don't do it, they don't get his immense wealth. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Is your dad a doctor, Medina? Is that why you became a nurse?
No, I just always wanted to go into the medical health.
The medical field.
Yeah.
If you had a son, I would think you'd want him to be a doctor, wouldn't you?
Possibly. Actually, with my kids, I would want to push them to do something that I knew would be lucrative, and then they could go anywhere, and that there'd always be a career, because I think that's important.
That's right.
So I know that I push them to do that.
You force them to be something that they should be. And what about you? Is your family happy, Steven Gonzalez, that you're in radio?
No, I don't think so.
No. What did they want you to be?
My father always pushed me to be an engineer. He was a physical and chemical engineer.
There you go.
He made drugs.
What a disappointment you must be.
I'm a ginormous disappointment. That's why I was happy my sister finally had babies, because now all the spotlight is off me. They just forgot about me completely.
Well, you know, when I was coming up, I had I tell you, a woman that was really crazy about was Francis Ford Coppola's niece, and we dated for a while. And her dad is the composer, Carmine, and I was really crazy about her. And I think The Godfather had come out and all that, and I wasn't trying to get an acting job or anything with him. And I started going out with her, introduced to me, but she was with a guy who went to Yale, and he was going to become a lawyer, really kind of a waspy guy too, I think. And I believe she was attracted to me. And I would go over there all the time and have dinner with the family, and I was a disc jockey and like a comedian or whatever the hell I was. And I'm pretty sure that she ended up breaking up with me and ended up with whatever the Yale guy was, because that's what her family wanted her to do. And I had other girlfriends like that they did not think that what I did for a living had any future to it at all, even though maybe I made, and also you would tell people the amount of money you made being a disc jockey, and sometimes it was okay, or sometimes it was really good or whatever, but no one ever thought that was going to last. That was also the thing. Yeah, I've questioned my wife many times. I go, did you ever think that I wasn't going to be working, or I was a DJ and an actor? And I think she must be really kind of dumb. It's like, I mean, I don't even think she even thought about it. She could have ended up, marrying one of these. I have friends that are losers. You go into the house, it's awful. The smell of the loser in someone's home is awful. And they put all their eggs into a basket, and it didn't work out. And now the wife has to work, and the loser's on the couch all the fucking time. And he's teaching at the film school, and he's, it drives me nuts. You didn't make it. There's no teaching at the film school. There's no weekend at the community college teaching acting or whatever. You didn't make it. Work at a fucking Starbucks, or go get a whole nother job. Be a salesman. Your family's, what's your dad do? Well, he works for a nonprofit. Every time I hear that, I want to vomit. Who would make their life's work at something called a nonprofit? How does that even work? How does it work? Hey, what do you want to do for your life? Gee, I'd like to never make a profit. Wow. Get out. Get out. One of my kids said he worked for a nonprofit. I'd throw him the fuck out of the door. Get out.
You will.
Give me the car keys. Nonprofit. Well, I want everyone welcome you to the Jay Thomas Nonprofit. I'm glad you're all here. And I want you to know before we start that we are dedicated here at the Jay Thomas Nonprofit to make sure that we never, ever, ever, ever make a profit. And if I ever hear of anybody here making a profit, you're out. I want you out. Don't ever come in here and go, yes, I made $10,000 this week. Not going to happen. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that our balance is zero. And that's what other speech can you give? Well, they do good work. Good works. You can make a profit and do good works. If I ran the Red Cross, we'd make a profit. Big one. We'd sell blood. Big-time blood sales. And when the blood starts to go bad, why do you never see a sale on blood that's about to go bad? I've never understood that. Doesn't last forever. There'll be a big sign at all the Red Crosses. This week, Type O on sale, half price, before it goes bad.
Jay Thomas Show. Every day something new, something bizarre. For you, for me. The Afternoon Drive Show. On Indy. Sirius XM, Indy.
In the news headlines, Rosie O'Donnell is leaving her second wife and leaving The View.
She did a video message to all of her fans. She talked about how there's stress in her life and it's just not good anymore. She can't deal with it.
Do we have that? Can we run that? I'd like to.
Yeah,
I'd like to hear it. And there are always these rumors about Rosie O'Donnell being hard to work with, and she went back to The View and thought she was going to be the anchor. And I've said this before. My friend Art Sears worked with her, wrote for her, said she was delightful. So I don't know. And then splitting with the second wife. I have a crazy, crazy, crazy suggestion for Rosie O'Donnell.
What's that?
Try a guy. I
think she'd do better with a cervix dog.
Yeah, but try a guy. It's always so weird to me, You seem to be, it's like Martina Navratilova. I've said this before. She turned Mrs. Texas, Mrs. America around and turned her into, a woman eater, and then they got divorced, and then she's been divorced 2 or 3 times. I mean, marry a guy and just try it, It could be fun.
You sound like such a caveman these days saying stuff like
No. What I mean is, if things aren't working out, and I say this to men.
You're saying just for companionship, right?
No.
Just not companionship, but just like a roommate situation. And kind of like Steve and I here. Steve's fixing the stuff, around the house. And
that's
I'm
one thing, but here's the other one. No, maybe even as a lover, too. You meet a guy's been married 5 times. Oh, no. Try a guy. Been married to women? Try a guy. I give the same advice. Maybe you don't really want a woman. Maybe you want a buddy that you'll have sex with or whatever. Try a guy. And I say that to women when they don't make it with women. Try a guy. Try a guy. I don't know. You know what? I may actually do that. Let's listen to Rosie O'Donnell's statement about there's stress in her life. Go ahead.
Okay, here it is in a nutshell. People are asking, why didn't we talk about my leaving The View today on The View? I want to let you know that everybody wanted me to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. I spoke about it during the press line on Friday night for the documentary that I did for HBO that premieres on Valentine's Day. I spoke about all the reasons, so you can Google, why Rosie's leaving The View. People have written articles, people have made guesses or interpretations, but, the truth is I had a heart attack 2 years ago, and stress is very bad for heart attack survivors. You should minimize your stress, maximize your exercise, and control your diet. That's what you need to do for a healthy heart. So that's what I'm doing. I'm minimizing my stress by leaving The View. And the stress that I'm having at home is not as easily remediable. Is that even a word? I don't know. But, it's hard. Marriage is complicated, and I've got 5 kids. 4 of them are teenagers. And, there's lots of stuff going on at home. And there's lots of stuff going on at work. And
try a guy.
Really control is the work. By leaving.
Try a guy.
Volume down. All the way to 0, and just focus on what I need to focus on, which is my health and my family. And that's it. So there it is. I don't want to talk about it on The View, but we're talking about it right here for you. Okay?
Thanks, Rosie.
So it was no one's fault but mine that I didn't discuss it today. Probably not going to discuss it tomorrow.
No.
My last show is Thursday, and then I'll be watching from home. Okay? Peace out. All is well. On we grow.
Peace out.
This kind of bothers me. Like, it's like such a rich lady problem. Like, oh, I'm stressed, so I'm going to quit my job and just work on myself. It's like, well, some people can't do that.
I've done thousands and thousands of radio shows, thousands. I've done hundreds of television shows and, probably 24 movies, right? I can't remember, unless if you're about to get fired or something bad, which is on, there's nothing stressful. Like when actors, they say, "Oh, I'm exhausted." They're put away for exhaustion. There is nothing exhausting unless you're doing an action film and you're running or something.
Exhaustion usually means rehab.
But this is what they mean by no. A lot of them get exhausted. They get exhausted. They're not drunks. They're not rehab. They're not doing drugs or booze or anything. They can't. I got into my part. I took it home. You took it home. What are you talking about? Some really smart person wrote, the script. Let them. It's them. It's not you. You acted. You pretended to be angry or upset. On The View, they go, "Hey, what do you think of Suge Knight? He got arrested." Then the show's over. "Oh, I'm so stressed. I had to talk about Suge Knight being arrested." So stressed.
But I think part of her stress is she's got control issues, right? I mean, like she wants she wants to run everything pretty much. That's the impression I have of her.
I'd love her to say one time.
She probably puts herself into situations where she doesn't even need to be as talent on that show, and it stresses her.
How do they go back? She quits her jobs, does everything. I'd love her one time look in the camera and go, "I'm broke," or "I need a job," or whatever. They have unlimited fucking funds. Unlimited funds. It's unbelievable.
That's what I mean by saying it pisses me off that she could just,
Sure.
I get it, you're stressed, you have health issues, okay, fine, but so does everybody else. You can't just leave the normal average Joe can't just leave his job because he had a heart attack 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
If they diagnosed me and I had 8 weeks to live, I would show up for work and not mention it to anybody. And then at the end of 8 weeks, I'd be talking and you would just hear.
It'll be our best show.
That would be it. I would just drop right here. You would be going, Jay. You would go, "Oh, he's fucking around." And finally you'd run a replay and then you'd look on CNN and you'd see the body bag taking me out of the fucking, thing. And the landlord's going, "He owed us 3 months rent." You drop right where you're working. Yeah. So what if you're stressed?
My hero, Lynn Samuels. She died tweeting in all caps, angry at the government.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how she died?
She was supposed to go live, and her board op couldn't get in touch with her, and so after a little bit, they got concerned, sent the cops, found out that she was passed on in her apartment. But she was tweeting in all caps, angry at the government and Obama and everything else.
Wow.
That's the way to go. Tweeting in all caps. Just angry at the world.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what a woman told me about her? That she did all this political stuff, but in reality, she was a super shopper and knew the most incredible deals all over New York. She
was an agoraphobe, kind of. She didn't like to leave her apartment either.
Right. It was a great shopper. And that the politics were so stressful for her. But this woman I knew said she loved when she talked about shopping and how to get deals and everything else. And she was a genius about it, Yep. Well, Lynn Samuels was asked why she left ABC Radio and moved to Sirius XM. And she said, so I could go on the air and call Condoleezza Rice a cunt. And I read that right as I was coming to Sirius. I'll never forget that quote as long as I live. That was the best quote ever.
Agreed.
And it was in like Esquire, one of those magazines. Let's go to Glenn, who's in California. Yes, Glenn, if you had stress at your job, could you just walk away and go home to your kids and relax and kind of get things straightened out?
Shit, I wish. I'm a truck driver and I got to drive all over the country and I got stuff at home going on too. So, I deal with daily stress all day, every day. I wish. There's no way.
And they call you and they tell you all kind of terrible shit. Why don't you just take that truck and never go home? Have you ever thought of that one? Just never drive back there?
But, whenever I have the kids at home, now they're grown and gone and stuff, the stress is very minimal. Now it's nice. I think what saved my marriage and everything else.
Yeah.
Just get in that truck and be gone. But you still have to take care of business. I'm not like some of the guys just go out and disappear. So I was proactive.
You've known guys that just got in the truck and that was it, disappeared.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a load. I'll be back next week, wife, and give everybody a kiss, and then never come back. I've known some guys that. It's really funny that you say what you were saying there about the Rosie Odonnel trial.
Try a guy. That's my new thing. Try a guy. Sure. And I say that for men who've been married 5 times, 4 times. Can't get along with women. Try a guy. What's that, Glenn? What?
I've got to tell my brother that. I really have to tell him that. If this marriage fails, I'm going to have to just tell him and say, try a guy. And he's probably going to try and take a swing at me because he's such a homophobe.
Right. Try a guy. Why not? You watch a ball game together. Because what's funny is I'm friends with guys and I never hurt their feelings. We say all kind of horrible shit to each other. And you get in an argument or I hang around, we've been hanging around too much. And you know what, man? I am so sick of your shit and I'll see you fucking later. And then 2 days passes and you're back eating, drinking, doing whatever. You say that to your wife or your wife says it to you. You're all in therapy and shit. I've never been to therapy one time with a male friend of mine, ever. Ever.
Either, and I've had some serious arguments and shit with him, and then all of a sudden, like you said, 2 days later, here we are just kicking back.
Fine.
Laughing about the shit, disagreement.
Like, can you imagine saying to your wife, you told her, like, on Tuesday, you said, you're on my fucking last nerve, okay? So, fuck it. I'll see you later. Now, Saturday comes, and there's a ball game you've been waiting to see, right? Mm-hmm. So you call her up and you go, okay, look, North Carolina tips off at noon. What do you want to eat? And your wife would go, what? What?
Yeah, let's talk about.
You call a guy and you go, North Carolina tips off against Louisville at noon on Saturday. What do you want? Your buddy says, oh, give me those wings. Give me some of those wings that we eat all the time. And you just go do it. And you slap how you doing, bang up a couple of fucking elbows, and it's over. Now, would you have to have sex with them? Well, nobody's fucking their wife, so you really wouldn't have to do that either.
Nope. I agree.
And you know what? Women with their friends, Christina, forgive each other faster than they forgive the guys that they're with, right or wrong.
Right, yeah.
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 Have a thing with your friend, it's whatever it is. Oh, your boyfriend, he broke some fucking unknown rule.
Well, no, you see,
he's fucked.
With the boyfriend is we just never forget, you see. Mm-hmm. So it's all forgiving fast, it's just never forgetting.
Boy, we're learning a lot here, aren't we, Glenn? This is an amazing day for us.
It is. I usually don't call radio shows, and I've been listening to you for a while. When I first listened to you, I thought, man, this guy is such an asshole. But then I started listening even deeper, and I'm like, you know what? I sound a lot like you, or, we have a lot of things in this.
Well, you know what? You hate who you really are, Glenn, and I'm that person also. And so, what I am, I'm just as much of an asshole as you are. That's why I'm here.
Exactly. Good to know.
God darn it, Glenn. You know what? You got me kind of tearing up here, man. Thanks.
Oh,
it's great.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like I need a service dog.
Yeah.
You know what I would do if I had a service dog? I would just do one time, let it lick my ass just to see how that feels. Seems like other dogs like it. Why wouldn't let dogs let your dog? You ever let your dog lick your ass? That'd be a great one. Just do that. Give it a try.
Depressed. Somebody has that depressing, instead of taking pills, just let their dog come along and lick your ass, see what happens.
It's getting real weird in here, everybody.
Yeah, it is.
So you know.
Yeah, it is.
Real weird. I'm uncomfortable.
Told Rosie Odonnel to try a man.
That's it. Try a man.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Let's go to Bill's in Arizona. Yes, Bill, it's Jay Thomas. I'll do it right after this. Yes, Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, Rosie Odonnel actually tried a man for 8 years before she became a lesbian.
I didn't know that. Who was the guy?
That was from nobody. I don't know. That was before she got famous.
She was with a man. Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you, Bill. Find out about who she was with, please. Steve, Medina, Christina, somebody. By the way, Steve, I don't Google. I don't touch a computer.
Told him that today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if I don't know something, like if I didn't know Ceausescu was the head of Romania, that's my problem on my own. Yeah. I either have it in my head or
left click.
I don't know any of that. Mm-hmm. I can't do that.
Society's oddities played like a fiddle. The Afternoon Drive Show, Sirius XM Indy.
So Suge Knight, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, they were arguing because of a movie about Compton. Come on. Is that what it was?
He says that he looks too much like the guy in the movie, and it is about things that had happened.
Oh, is this the NWA movie?
I don't know. What is it? Tell me. Yeah. There is a movie that's been done.
That looks exactly like him in the movie, and he's very upset about that. There's a fight, I think, a brawl in one of the scenes, and he's not happy about that. Likeness.
Because they're making a movie about the bands, and he's involved with them at a later stage, especially with Dr. Dre. When he starts to
so he, I guess, went to a meeting to approach them, and that's how it all really started. And
are these two guys producers of the film? Because they sound like they're gangsters too. So is that who he met with? Were they producers or were they former gangsters? Who were the guys that he ran over?
Well, one of them was a friend of his. I know that for sure. I don't have the name.
You see,
off the top of my head.
Look, if you ran over your wife, she would never forgive you. That guy's going to forgive him, see? Well, the one that's dead can't. But the other one that he just grazed, forgive him. They'll be pals before it's all. He'll be visiting in prison. You know, he needs to go to jail, this guy. Suge. How come they never get fucking convicted?
He's been in jail.
Well, did real time? Prison time?
Marion has done real time. That's his real name, Marion.
What did he do to do real time? Beating people up, carrying a gun, something like that?
Murder.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And then calls the company Death Row Records. If I was a cop, I would just sit outside of Death Row Records, and I would know that I could make all sorts of arrests.
He hung Vanilla Ice upside down from a balcony, requesting royalties for one of his songs.
Well, that's okay with me. That wouldn't bother me.
That's okay with me.
Vanilla Ice is such an idiot.
Such a
Why not?
Situation. It's like, give me your lunch money. That's what he does.
And you know, what's weird is, though, you'd think when you get so rich that you wouldn't even want to do that anymore. It would be like, you know, you did that when you were poor, you know, and is he not rich? I mean, I think he's rich, isn't he? Doesn't he have all the royalties and, you know, I mean, he's mega rich unless he's lost it all. I don't know.
I don't think he still has all his riches from the heyday.
Who was he in the
90s.
car with that was shot? Who was he in the car when? Not with Tupac, right? So do they think that he was part of that and they just didn't get him, or that he knew that Tupac was going to be hit and he was in the car? That's pretty scary if you allowed a hit right next to you.
He was involved in that whole East Coast, West Coast rap thing. So one way or another, he's brought some of the blame.
So I would say, oh, yeah, I'm going to be with Steve this afternoon. We're going to go pull up at 142nd Street and, you know, Compton Avenue. And make sure you aim right at him, you know. That's pretty close to getting shot yourself. Right? So, all right. Well, we'll continue all this tomorrow in the training of Steve Gonzalez. And Medina, will you be with us tomorrow?
I am here. My last day is Thursday.
All right. I feel like I have too many service dogs.
Hey, I could be your therapy dog.
Therapy dog, a service dog, and a chihuahua. All right.